Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This video is about CA Final Self-Paced Online Modules Set A Corporate and Economic Laws. And in this particular subject, we are going to see about economic laws. We are having three economic laws. First one is FCRA, second one is FEMA, third one is IBC. So out of these three, IBC is the one we are going to see today. So Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 we are going to cover today. And we have already uploaded the lecture for Foreign Contribution Regulation Act FCRA that is available in our YouTube channel already. You can watch that if you want. If you're preparing for CTA, it will be very helpful for you. I am giving the link of that video in the description and in the pinned comment. And the notes I'm going to use in this video, it will be available in the WhatsApp community and in the Telegram channel. Both the links will be provided in the description and in the pinned comment. You can join both of these. So even if one is down, you can watch the notes. You can use the notes from the other platform. So join both WhatsApp community and in the Telegram channel. You can join both. Only then you will be able to access the resources even if one platform is down. So that's all about the intro. Now we can jump into the session. So we can start the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Now in this we have to understand some words. What is the meaning of insolvency? What is the meaning of bankruptcy? And what is the meaning of liquidation? So here if you see insolvency, what is the meaning of insolvency? Insolvency is a state where your assets will be less than the liabilities. You are having assets of only 70 crore, but you have to pay liabilities of 100 crore. Then it will be called as an insolvency. This can happen to both individuals and in the organizations like companies or any other corporation. Then when it is happening for individuals, it is called as bankruptcy. When it is happening for corporates, for organization, then it is called as corporate insolvency. Then what will happen after the insolvency? What will happen? We will be selling off the asset and then pay off the liability. We will sell the asset and we will pay the liability. So that will be called as bankruptcy for non-corporates. When you're doing it for corporates, it is called as liquidation. You are selling the assets and then paying the liabilities. That is called as liquidation. Now we have understood what is the meaning of these three words. What is insolvency, what is bankruptcy, and what is liquidation. So those words are completed. And here this will be from exam point of view. It will be for IBS purpose and also for SPOM CTA purpose. You can refer this lecture for both the purpose. Now here if you see, this and all just descriptive part. I am not covering each and every point in the study material. Just what all important from the exam point of view, that alone I am trying to cover. So here if you see, we are having a lot of definitions. Each and every definition we need not read. We can take just the important definitions which are required for us to go through the chapter. First, I will tell you what is the process. What is the process under the IBC? Here we are having one process. Wait a minute, I will add one page. The process is called as CIRP. It is nothing but the Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process. This is the CIRP. We are going to resolve the insolvency of corporate persons. So here in IBC we are also having the insolvency of personal people like individuals, but we are not having that in syllabus. It is there in IBC but it is not there in syllabus. So we are going to read the corporate insolvency resolution process only throughout this entire IBC, and in this also we are having in our syllabus up till section 33. So up till section 33 we are having it in our syllabus. So this only we are going to see now. In this corporate insolvency resolution process, what will happen? First, the company will get a loan. For simplicity, now we can assume as company. I will tell you later what is the meaning of corporate debt or that all in detail I will tell you later. First, just we can assume a company. A company is getting a loan. For example, we can take EA Limited as a company. It is getting a loan from HDFC Bank. Like that we can assume. Now this loan amount is 1.5 crores. Now this is the loan amount we are supposing, and after this the company defaults. The company is not paying the loan properly. Now the HDFC Bank, it will go to NCLT and it will make an application. It will apply to NCLT. What will happen in the application? The bank will tell that there is a loan that I gave to him, but the company did not pay back. So I need to start the CIRP against this particular company. HDFC Bank will make an application to start the CIRP against this company. Now NCLT will see whether the application is proper or not, and it will admit or reject. The date in which the NCLT admits the application, that is the date of commencement of CIRP, date of start of CIRP. From this only officially the process will start. Now after this what will happen? That only we are going to see in the process now. You will file an application with the adjudicating authority. In this particular act, we are having some words like adjudicating authority. It means nothing but the NCLT. And we are having one word called board. Board means the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, that is IBBI. So wherever the words come, you have to remember it like this. AA means adjudicating authority means NCLT, board means IBBI. Now filing an application with the adjudicating authority. The company did not pay the loan properly, so you are making an application with the NCLT. Now NCLT, what it will do? It will appoint an interim resolution professional. Now after this, what will happen is that this loan they did not pay, right? Why they did not pay? Because the management was not proper, or there is some failure in the business or something like that. The management is not able to conduct the business properly and repay the loans. The management is not able to repay the loans, in short. So when management is not proper, what will happen is the NCLT will replace the management. The management will go home and then we will appoint another person. Who is that person? It is nothing but the committee of creditors. Now this insolvency resolution process has started. Now we will make a committee of the creditors. Who and all the persons who have given loan to the company? Who are all the lenders? We will make a list of the lenders and all those people will be forming a committee. All of these people together, they will be forming a committee. That committee is nothing but the committee of creditors. Committee of creditors, nothing but the lenders. So these people will take the decision for the company from now on. They will take the management decision of the company. So the shareholder, they will not take the decision. The board of directors or the management, they will also not take the decision. The committee of creditors will be taking the decision from now on for this particular company. And this committee, they cannot handle directly. So they need a mediator between the company and then the committee. They need a mediator. For that, we are having the interim resolution professional. This interim resolution professional is the person who knows everything about the IBC and all other laws. He can manage the business by helping the committee to resolve this insolvency. To complete this insolvency, the IRP will be appointed, interim resolution professional. What he will do? He will try to form the committee of creditors. First, committee of creditors only will be taking over the management of the company. Before that, we have to appoint the IRP. Now, what will happen is that we have made an application to the NCLT and the NCLT has admitted the application. Now, the CIRP has started. Now, the NCLT itself, it will appoint an interim resolution professional, the professional who will manage the business on behalf of the committee of creditors. The committee of creditors will give the information to the IRP. Till now, we are not having the committee of creditors. Till now, after getting the approval from NCLT, we are appointing the interim resolution professional. After this, the interim resolution professional, he will collect the list of all the creditors and then he will combine the list. Then the interim resolution professional, he only will create the committee of creditors. He will only determine who should be there in the committee. All the creditors, they will submit the claim. Claim means how much amount they have to get. And then what is the proof? Everything they should send it to the interim resolution professional. The interim resolution professional will add the creditor in the list of the creditors. Then they will combine it. Then those creditors only, they will come in the committee of creditors. After this committee of creditors is appointed, what they will do is that this is an interim resolution professional. Interim means temporary. So it is a temporary resolution professional. Now we have to appoint a permanent resolution professional. For this, the committee will make a meeting and then they will appoint the permanent resolution professional who is called as RP, resolution professional. So this is what that will happen. You are filing an application with the NCLT, you are appointing an interim resolution professional, then the interim resolution professional will combine the claim of creditor, he will make the list of creditor, then they will form the committee of creditor. After that, they will appoint the permanent resolution professional. Now this is the permanent resolution professional, he will be there with the company till the end of the CIRP. Till the CIRP end, this particular professional will be there. Now after that, what will happen? Now, because of the management mistake, we have shifted the control from the management to the committee of creditors. Then what will the committee of creditors do? They have to solve the problem. What is the problem? Not repaying the debt. They are not able to repay the debt. That is the main problem. Now we can solve it in two ways. Either we can do liquidation. Liquidation means sell all the assets of the company and then distribute it between the creditors. For example, 100 crore worth of assets are there and then we are having 120 crore worth of liabilities. We will sell off these assets and then repay the liabilities. That is called as the liquidation. The other method we are having, that is called as the what we can say resolution plan. That is one more route we are having. Resolution plan means nothing but another company or another organization, they will present a plan. What is the plan? The plan is to revive the company. What they will do in reviving the company, they will take all the liabilities that are there with the company who defaulted, that is this A Limited. They will take all the liabilities of A Limited and they will pay off the liabilities. After paying off the liabilities, this another company, they are coming forward, right? They will take over the A Limited. The new company will take over A Limited and they will conduct the operations of A Limited. They will take over the A Limited, they will pay off the liabilities of the creditors. So that is what it will happen. Either you have to sell off the assets and go into liquidation, and another method is resolution plan. Another company will take over the A Limited and all the liabilities will be paid off by the another company. Now in this resolution plan, all the details will be there. How much liability will be paid, by what time it will be paid, after that what they will do to turn around the company, to bring the company again to profits, how they will operate the company, all the details will be there in the resolution plan. Now here when you see, the resolution professional is appointed, right? The permanent resolution professional. After that he will prepare an information memorandum. We will get a new company, right? Another company who will come to take over the A Limited. So this another company, he should know about the financial position of A Limited. How much liability we have to pay, how much employees are there, how much operational credit or financial credit, or everything should be known by the another company. Only then he can prepare the proper resolution plan to revive the company. So all the details relating to the A Limited, relating to the defaulting company, nothing but the corporate debtor. This defaulting company is also called as the corporate debtor. Everything related to the A Limited, all the information, financial position, liabilities, everything will be prepared in a document, combined in a document. That is nothing but the information memorandum. Now this information memorandum will be prepared by the resolution professional. He is the professional who is there to assist the company to complete the CARP process. He will prepare the information memorandum. After that, there will be an expression of interest invitation. They will give a public announcement that anyone who wants to present a resolution plan, it is also called as the resolution applicant. That another company who's coming forward to take over the A Limited, right? That company is called as the resolution applicant. An applicant who's trying to present a resolution plan. Now, they will give a public announcement that all the resolution applicants can come and get the information memorandum and they can present the resolution plan. So that they will give a public announcement. That is this stage. After that, what will happen? Many people will come forward and they will present their own plan. All the plans will be submitted before the committee of creditors. Currently, the management of the company is what we can say taken care of by the committee of creditors. All the plans will be shown before the committee of creditors. After that, the committee of creditors will approve or reject each and every plan. They will approve or reject the resolution plan submitted. After that, what will happen? If the resolution plan is approved, then after the committee of creditors, you have to go again to NCLT to show the plan and then get the approval of the NCLT also. Committee of creditors will approve the plan, then you have to go to NCLT. If NCLT also approves the plan, then the plan is okay and it will be implemented through the order of the NCLT. But if NCLT rejects, what will happen? The company will go into liquidation. Either the committee of creditors, they itself rejected all the resolution plan, not even one plan is proper, then directly the company will go into liquidation. The resolution plan, it will be given before the committee of creditors. If they approve, if they say okay, then it will go to NCLT. If NCLT also says okay, then it will be implemented. If committee of creditors says okay, but NCLT does not say okay, then it will go into liquidation. Directly, if committee of creditors itself they reject, they are not saying okay, then also the company will go into liquidation. The resolution plan, this route we tried, but it did not work out, so we went into liquidation. We will sell all the assets and repay the liabilities. So that is the entire resolution process. First, there will be default by the corporate debtor. So the company A Limited is not repaying the 1.5 crore debt. That is the first point for starting the CARP process. So this default must be there. Default means there is an amount that is due to be paid, but it is not paid by the company, not paid by the borrower company. It is nothing but the corporate debtor. And I told you that I will tell you what is the meaning of corporate debtor also. So here if you see, in corporate debtor, we will have two things. One is the company, another one is the LLP. So these both are corporate form of structure, and then there is limited liability in both of these, and these both will be called as the corporate debtor. If a company gets a loan and LLP gets a loan, they are defaulting, they are not paying the amount, then they will be called as the corporate debtor under the IBC. Now this is the entire CRP process we saw. Default must happen, then application with the NCLT, then interim resolution professional, then committee of creditors formed, then permanent resolution professional, then information memorandum, then public announcement for inviting the resolution applicant, then they will submit the plan, it will be approved by the committee of creditors and then the NCLT. If it is not approved, it will go into liquidation. If it is approved, it will be implemented. So that's all about the overall process of corporate insolvency resolution process overview. Now we can go into the detailed discussion here. The minimum default should be 1 crore. That is one more important point. The default should happen, only then we can file an application with the NCLT. So the default amount should be 1 crore. So that is why I have taken the example also 1.5 crore. Now who can file the application? We have to file the application to NCLT. So who can file the application? We are having three people: financial creditor, operational creditor, or the corporate debtor. So corporate debtor means either the company or LLP only. The company itself can file the application. When they itself know that the company's state of affairs is not good, they will not be able to repay the debts. That is not possible. Then in that case, they can go by themselves to the NCLT and make an application to start the corporate insolvency resolution process. The company themselves, they can apply. That is the corporate debtor. Then when you see financial creditor and operational creditor, I will tell you the meaning in short. Like financial creditor means a person who has given loan to the company in monetary amount, like in rupees they have given the loan, like 10 lakh rupees they have given the loan, or 1 crore rupees they have given the loan, or 2 crore rupees they have given the loan. They have given the loan in money. Operational creditor means they have given the loan but like goods or services. They have given the goods or services on credit. They have given the goods or services and till now not received the payment. So that is the operational creditor. Corporate debtor, the entire company. Financial creditor, given loan in money. Operational creditor, given goods or services on credit. So this is the three persons who can make an application. The default amount should be more than 1 crore. Only then these people can file an application. Now we saw these three persons can start the process. Now the financial creditor, the person who gave loan in the form of money, how can he start? What is the process? First he has to file an application with the NCLT when a default has occurred. Then what will happen? What is the procedure is that you have to give the application, along with that some documents you have to give. What are all the documents? Generally, when financial creditor is giving the application, operational creditor or corporate debtor, all the people should give certain documents along with the application. What are all the documents? Record of the default, the proof that default has occurred for more than 1 crore rupees. That proof we have to submit. Name of the interim resolution professional, IRP, the person who is going to be appointed as IRP, you have to nominate a name. You have to give a name, like I would like to appoint this person as the interim resolution professional. This you have to give. And another point is consent. The consent of the person to file the application, that also you have to give. So these three things you have to give when it is when you are filing the application to NCLT for initiating the CIRP process. So here when you see, generally the record of the proof of the default, and then the name of the IRP, and then the consent, that three things you have to give along with the application. Record of the default you have to give, name of the insolvency professional, then here consent, the person, the creditor who has given the loan, he is only filing the application, so separately consent is not required. So here any other information, so record of the default, name of the IRP, any other information. So this is the documents that you have to give along with the application. Then after giving the document to the application, what will happen? You have filed the document with the NCLT. Within 14 days, NCLT will make a decision whether to admit or reject your application. NCLT will make a decision and it will communicate it to you. It will determine the existence of default, and then it will give the order to you, and it will record the reason in writing if it is not giving any order. Within 14 days, the NCLT will intimate you whether they are admitting or rejecting the application. Now here when you see, when the NCLT is satisfied that default has occurred, the application is proper, no disciplinary proceedings against the proposed IRP. You are giving a name of IRP, right, interim resolution professional. In against that IRP, whether any proceedings are going on, any disciplinary proceedings, something like that, if it is going on, then they will not appoint this person. If no proceedings are there, it is a good IRP, only then they will appoint it for this particular case. Then if there is no default itself it did not happen, the company properly repaid the loan, then there is no problem, the application will not be admitted. Application is incomplete or any disciplinary proceedings are pending against the IRP, then also the application will be rejected. Now, if the application is not proper, the NCLT will give you a time limit. will give you 7 days to rectify the application. If there is any mistake in the application, they want you to rectify. They will give you 7 days time so that you can rectify the application and file it again. So within 7 days, you have to rectify the defect. They will give you the information, notice. You have to rectify within 7 days. Then what will happen? The date in which the NCLT admits the application, the insolvency resolution process will start. That is the date of commencement of the insolvency resolution process. The order, the admitting order or rejection order, that will be given by the NCLT within 7 days. They will communicate the order within 7 days. So this is the entire process. Now our application got admitted. After that, we have to see the interim resolution professional. The interim resolution professional will be appointed by the NCLT itself. Along with the application, we would have given the name of the interim resolution professional. He will be appointed as the IRP. So this is the process for the financial creditor. When you see the operational creditor, it will be a similar process only, so we can see it quickly. So operational creditor, he has to give the proof of default. The same documents they have to give along with the application. One of the documents is proof of default. For this proof of default, what the person has to do is that operational creditor first send a notice to the company that this much amount you have to pay to me, and this is the copy of the invoice, everything and all. So you have to pay to me. Reply within 10 days, like that. They will give the notice to the company, corporate debtor. Now what will happen? The company should reply. The company should either say that there is a problem, we can go to court, or there is a problem, we can go to the arbitration. There is a problem in the goods or services delivered, or the payment, the company does not want to make the payment because of some issues in the transaction. So they can tell that thing. There is a problem, we can go to any other forum, we can start the arbitration, or we are going to make a case on you because of the goods or services delivered, it is not proper. For that, we will not make the payment. There is a dispute on the debt. Then if they are not telling this, they have to tell another thing. We have already paid. We have already paid the amount. For that, this is the bank statement record we are giving. We are attaching with the reply. Like that, they have to give some reply that they have already paid the amount. So these are the two replies the company can give. Either they can say about a dispute, or they can say that we have already paid. Now, if there is no reply from the company, the operational creditor sent the notice along with the invoice and all, but there is no reply from the company. Now, what will happen? The operational creditor will file the application. If the reply is there from the company, but the reply is not proper, it is vague or it is untenable, it is unacceptable, then also the operational creditor will file the application to the NCLT. What are all the documents we have to give? The copy of the invoice or the demand notice. The notice we are sending, right, that notice copy we have to give to NCLT, affidavit, a copy of the certificate, a certificate from the bank. The operational creditor will have a bank account, right? From that bank, we have to get a certificate that no payment has been received from the corporate debtor. Then any other proof such as information, copy of record with information utility, all the other documents also you have to give. Just these are all the proof of the default. And here also the operational creditor, they themselves are filing the application. So consent is not required separately. So the name of the IRP. Here, the person has to nominate the name of IRP. Nominate IRP. This is optional for the operational creditor. IRP name nomination, it is optional for the operational creditor. Operational creditor will be small people only. They will be selling the goods or services. They may be small people or big people. So they have kept the IRP thing as optional. If they are unable to find any IRP and all, then they can file the application even without the IRP. IRP is optional. Then the NCLT will see the application, and if the application is complete, no payment is made, no notice has been served properly, and then there is no reply. Like these two reply has not been done by the company, and if the reply is received, it is not proper. All the things will be checked by the NCLT. After that, they will admit the application. When they are admitting the application, that will be the date of commencement of the insolvency resolution process. Now we can see the process of corporate debtor. When the corporate debtor is filing an application, the corporate debtor is committing a default. The company, they themselves committed a default. Then they are coming to NCLT and filing an application. So they are filing an application with the NCLT. What and all should be the information? They should give the books of account, other documents, the insolvency professional name of the IRP they have to give. Then we saw that they have to give the consent. Here, for the company, they have to pass a special resolution. That will be the consent. And if it is a partnership firm, that to LLP, corporate debtor LLP. So that LLP should get a resolution passed by 3/4 of the partners. Then that resolution copy they have to file. Special resolution or resolution passed by 3/4 of the partners, they have to file it along with the application. So, and one more thing, in the constitutional document, So company we are having or LLP we are having, right, in the constitutional document of the organization. Like company means articles of association or memorandum of association, and LLP means incorporation document. In these documents there should be authorization. There should be authorization to file the CIRP application. Corporate debtor or member or partner of the corporate debtor who is authorized to make an application. Either the company, they can give it in their own name, then no problem. If any member of the company, like any shareholder or any partner of the LLP, they are giving the application, then they should have the authorization under the constitutional document in the MOA, AOA, or the incorporation document. In this, it should be given, the permission should be given that the member or partner can make an application with the NCLT for the corporate insolvency resolution process. Like that, that permission should be given in the constitutional document like MOA, AOA, or incorporation document for the particular corporate applicant, like corporate debtor or the member or partner. The member or partner can file only with the permission in the constitutional document. So that is the another point. Now the NCLT will verify the application, and if it is complete, they will admit it. If it is incomplete, they will reject it. So after that, if there is any problem, before rejecting the application, they should give a notice to the applicant to rectify the defect within 7 days. So if there is any defect in the application, they should give 7 days time to the applicant to rectify the defect. Now when the NCLT admits the application, the insolvency resolution process will start. Now that is the thing. Here this case law, they are saying that the company has to pass a special resolution that they should file along with the application. That they should file along with the application, only then the application will be admitted. So this is the thing for process for corporate debtor, financial creditor, and then the operational creditor. So we have reached this stage. Now the next thing is appointment of appointment of IRP we completed, then formation of committee of creditors. This stage we have to see. This till now we have completed this. Now committee of creditors. So here we are having some case laws and all that we can see in last. Now here one more point we are having related to the withdrawal of the application, that also we can see at last. Now the next point is formation of committee of creditors. Before that, after appointing IRB, some activities will happen that we can see first. Here. So this is the time limit of the insolvency resolution process. This we can see it later. Then this also we can see it later, this part. Then this, who cannot start the insolvency process. This also we can see at last. So I'm going in a flow. So we can see that thing itself by the flow. Here, after appointing the IRP, what will happen? The NCLT will declare a moratorium. Moratorium means it is a calm period. Like if the insolvency resolution process, corporate insolvency resolution process should go on smoothly, then any other case, any other investigation, that should be paused. That we should stop it. Only then we can carry out the CIRP properly. So it is a pause order. Like all the other cases against the company, that should be stopped. The assets they cannot sell, the liabilities that they cannot do that, like that. There are certain restrictions that will be in the moratorium period. Then they will do a public announcement that we have started the CIRP. That they will give a public announcement and they will invite the claims, invite the creditors to give the claims allowed to the IRP. Call for the submission of claims. Then the interim resolution professional will be appointed. The IRP will be appointed by NCLT. After that only everything will happen. In a single order, moratorium will be declared and then IRP will be appointed. Now this IRP only will make the public announcement and he will collect the claims. Now public announcement shall be made immediately after the appointment of the professional. First, professional will be appointed, then moratorium will be declared, then public announcement will be done. Like that, submission of claim will happen. These two will happen in a single order. Now moratorium is a suspension period. In that, what will happen? Any new case we cannot start on the company. New case we cannot start on the company in the court. And if any pending cases there on court, any pending proceedings, that it will be paused. That will be stopped. Then judgment, decree, order, if they are executing it, that will also be passed. Implementing any other order, that will also be stopped. Then transferring, encumbering any of the assets, you cannot sell the asset, you cannot pledge the asset of the particular company. Then the next thing is foreclose, recover or enforce any security interest. That also we cannot do. Then recover of any property by an owner which is occupied by the corporate debtor. The owner suddenly they cannot come and recover the property because just because they have started the CARP, they cannot disrupt the things. They cannot come and recover the property and all by the owner or lessor. Then if they are operating any things like by getting a license, permit or registration from the central government or any other authority and they are operating something, that will not be suspended just because of the insolvency. Now they have started the insolvency. After getting the public announcement on the government authority, they may stop the supply. Whatever the things they are supplying or whatever the license that is there with the company, they can try to stop it. That should not happen. That should not be stopped just because of the CARP initiation. If the corporate debtor is not making the payment for this government authority, then they can stop the supply. But normally they cannot stop the supply. Only they can stop the supply only if the payment is not made properly. Then there is no problem to stop. Then any essential goods or services, that also you should not stop it. Then any goods which are critical to preserve the value of the company as a going concern. We are having two options. First option is to do liquidation. Second option is to appoint a resolution applicant and we are going to take over the company by that resolution applicant. So if the person has to take over, the company must be alive. The company must be like a going concern. Only then a resolution applicant can come and take over the company. So the company should be a going concern, and if there is any supply of goods or services which is very important for the company to run, so that also they should not stop it, except when the dues has not been paid. For example, there is some particular raw material which is very important for a company. They are supplying it. Now, the raw material supplier, he got to know that CARP has started on the particular company. The particular company to whom he was supplying the raw materials, the company has gone into CARP. Now, this raw material supplier suddenly cannot stop the supply. That is the thing they are saying. If the company did not pay the amount, properly, then the raw material supplier can stop. There is no issue. But normally they should not stop just because the CARP has started. Now, during moratorium, you cannot do these acts, but this will not apply to the transaction notified by the central government. Some transaction will be notified, and that you can do even during the moratorium period. The acts banned, these acts, it will not apply to the transaction notified by the central government. Then it will not apply to the surety in a contract of guarantee to the corporate debtor. So that also we can see here. 1 second, I will add one page. So here, in a contract of guarantee, like how it will happen is that the corporate debtor is there and then another bank is there. Now, the bank is giving a loan to the corporate debtor. For giving this loan, they are asking one surety, a guarantor. Now, the surety will give guarantee to the bank. After that, the bank will give the loan to the corporate debtor. So here, if the corporate debtor does not pay, the surety has to pay. So that is the transaction here. The corporate debtor is called as the principal borrower. Bank is the lender. Now, this third party is the surety. If the principal borrower does not pay, the surety has to pay the amount. Now, the moratorium will not apply to the surety. Even in this moratorium, the corporate insolvency resolution process, this has started because the corporate debtor, did not pay the loans properly. Now, if the creditors want to recover the amount from surety, that is possible. There is no ban on this for recovering the amount from surety. For recovery from surety, there is no ban. You can do this even during the moratorium period. So that is what they are trying to tell. Now, then, this moratorium, that will be in effect till the end of the CARP process. Till the completion of the CARP process, the moratorium will be there inactive. It will be present, like it will be activated. Then recovery proceedings against the surety, that can be initiated even during the moratorium. Now, so this point we saw already. Then when the adjudicating authority approves the resolution plan or passes an order for liquidation, we saw that we are having two routes. One is the liquidation, another one is the resolution plan. If the NCLT approves the resolution plan or it gives the order of liquidation, in both these cases, the corporate insolvency resolution process will be completed. It will be completed only when NCLT passes any of these two orders. Now, we have completed the moratorium. Here, what now we have to see? Next, public announcement. In the public announcement, the interim resolution professional will create the public announcement, will make the public announcement. Here if you see, one second. Yes, here we are having the public announcement. The IRP will make the public announcement. It will be made immediately, not more than 3 days from the date of appointment of IRP. If you are appointing IRP here, within 3 days, within this period, the public announcement should be done. In that, what will be there? Name and address of the corporate debtor. Then name of the authority with which the corporate debtor is registered. Then details of the IRP. So how we can contact the IRP? Contact with IRP. That details will be there with the management of the corporate debtor. And the corporate debtor, if anyone is asking the details, they have to give it. The details of IRP will be there with the management. Then penalty for false claim. If you are making a false claim, like you did not even give loan to the company, but you are making a claim. You are submitting one document that I gave 1 crore to the company. Like that you are submitting by taking opportunity of this particular process. That is not allowed and that is wrong. If you do that, what will happen? That penalty will be there. Last date for submitting the claim. When the creditors are submitting the claim, they are wanting to receive the amount. They want to receive the amount by doing any process. So that's why they are submitting the claim. This much amount we have given as loan to the company, we want to get it back. So we are having a last date. After the date, you cannot submit the claim to the IRP. Only the people who give the claims, only the people who file the claims, only they will come under committee of creditors, only they will get the amount back. So if you are giving it after the last date, you will not get the money back. Then date on which the process is ending. The tentative date, like we are planning to complete the process by after 6 months. That date and all they will give it in the public announcement. Then the expenses of public announcement shall be borne by the applicant or which may be reimbursed by the committee of creditors to the extent it ratifies them. Now the expense, right, they have to make the public announcement. For that expenses and all will be there for announcing it and all. That will be borne by the applicant who makes the application for the CARP, like the operational creditor or financial creditor or the corporate debtor. Whoever makes the application, they have to pay the expenses. And if after creating the committee of creditors, the committee of creditors may reimburse. They may give a compensation for those expenses to the applicant. Now we are having other points about the IRP, interim resolution professional. What are all the term, like for how much period we are having the interim resolution professional, then what are all the duties, powers, everything is there. So here the NCLT will appoint the interim resolution professional. Then there should be no disciplinary proceedings against him and all. Then when an operational creditor is giving an application and he has not given any IRP name, then what will happen? The NCLT will make an application to the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Then the IBBA will give a recommendation for an interim resolution professional name. Then this person will be appointed by the NCLT. So NCLT will make a reference to the IBBA for recommendation of a name. Then IBBA will recommend a name. Then that person will be appointed as IRP. For IBBI, for recommending the name of IRP, the time is 10 days. So that is given here. Now, after appointing IRP, he will continue till the appointment of resolution professional. IRP will continue till we are appointing a permanent resolution professional. Now, what are the duties of the IRP? He has to collect the information relating to the finance of the company, assets, finance, operation. He has to combine the claims received from the creditors. He should create the committee of creditors. He should monitor the assets, manage the operation of the company, file the information collected with the information utility, take control of the assets, perform other duties. These are all the general duties of the interim resolution professional. Powers means the IRP can manage the affairs of the company. He can execute all the deeds in behalf of the company. Whatever the things the company board of directors has been doing till now, everything can be done by the interim resolution professional. Such actions as to be specified by board, access the electronic records of the company, access the books of accounts records, everything, then comply with the requirements under any law. Then these are all the powers of the IRP. Powers of the board shall stand suspended and it will be exercised by the interim resolution professional. All the powers of the board of directors will be now carried out by the IRP. Now, all the manager, all the officer, now they will report to the IRP. Earlier, they were giving the reports to the board of directors. Now, they will report to the interim resolution professional. Then, all the persons who gave loan to the company, like all the financial institutions or all the financial institutions where the company is having a bank account or any other account in the financial institution, they will give instructions or they will be acting on the instructions of the interim resolution professional. Till now, the company was operating bank accounts in various banks. Now, after takeover, IRP will operate those bank accounts. That is what they are saying in short. Then the duty of IRP is to maintain the value of the company as a going concern. They have to keep the company alive and running. Only then we can give a resolution plan and we can take over the company by another company. So they can appoint the accountant, they can enter into contract, they can raise interim finance. Right? Temporarily, we want some loan to run the company. For temporary purpose, we are getting a loan. So that also we have to get the consent of the committee of creditors. Then only we can get the interim finance. We can raise the interim finance. Then no prior consent is required where the value of the property is not less than the amount equivalent to twice the amount of the debt. Here, when you're raising interim finance, already some property is there with the company. That property they have already given as hypothecation, they have mortgaged it or they have given as pledge and they have got a loan. The company, they themselves has got a loan. Now, you cannot keep the same property again and get loan again. Before getting the loan, you have to get the permission from the previous creditor, the person who already gave the loan. You should get his permission. After that only you can keep the same property and get loan again. So that person you have to get the permission. And in one case, you no need to get the permission. What is the case? When the value of the property is more than 2 times the debt. Like for example, the value of the property is 10 crore. Then the debt, the loan which they got previously, that is only some 4 crore. Then 2 times the debt when you do, you will get 8 crore. The property value is more than the 2 times debt value. Then no need to get the permission. You can easily get the loan again without getting the permission of the previous creditor. So when a property is already there encumbered, then you cannot use the same property. If you want to use the same property, you have to get the consent of the previous creditor. In one case, consent is also not required where value is more than the 2 into debt. Now, issue instructions to keep the company as a going concern that IRP should do, then keep the company as a going concern. So that is the duty of the IRP. Now, we have to see the creditor. After appointing the IRP, what will happen? All the creditors will give the claims. They will submit the claims. Now that process they have given here. The creditor should give the proof of claim. They will give the claim along with that proof, like the document which they have executed when they were giving the loan. That will be there. That they should submit it before the last date mentioned in the public announcement. So if this is the last date, before that they should give the claims. After this, within 7 days, the IRP should verify all the claims and then they have to file the report to NCLT. So before this, we have to get the claims. After that, they have to verify that within 7 days and they have to file a report with the NCLT. So that information they have given here. Then if a creditor did not give the claim within the last date. So for example, this is the last date. In this period, they have to give, but they did not give. Now what they can do? The creditor, what he can do? He can submit the claim with proof to the IRP or the RP on or before the 19th day of the insolvency commencement date. We will have the insolvency commencement date, right? Within that 19 days. Within 19 days from that, you have to give the proof, claim plus proof to the IRP. So the last date is mentioned, you did not give properly within that date. Now what you have to see 19 days from the insolvency resolution process commencement date. From this date, see 19 days. Before that date, if you go and give it to the IRP also, then also no problem. So that they have given. The IRP will verify the claims and create a list of the creditors that will be filed with the NCLT. And it will also be shown on the website of the company also. Then the committee of creditors will do the first meeting. And in the first meeting, they will appoint the permanent resolution professional. Now they're having two options. Either they can appoint the same IRP as the permanent resolution professional, or they can appoint any other person as the resolution professional. Now if they are appointing the same person, then they have to get a consent from the IRP. They have to get a consent from the IRP for appointing as RP. If they are giving any other person, then they have to give the details of the any other person to the NCLT. NCLT will decide whether this any other person is capable to be appointed as resolution professional or not. After that, the NCLT will approve the appointment of this any other person as the new RP. So that information they have given here. Then, if you are giving a name of any other person, we are giving the name of new RP. That is any other person you are giving the name. Then they have to give the consent of the new RP also. The consent of the new RP also have to file it with the NCLT. Then NCLT will forward that name to the board, IBBI. NCLT, after getting the name, it will forward it to IBBI. Then after getting the recommendation of IBBI, NCLT will appoint the person as the permanent resolution professional. Now, roles and duties of RP. Permanent resolution professional duties they are saying that is also similar to the IRP only. He shall conduct the operations, manage the company until the resolution plan order is passed or liquidating order is passed. Then all the powers of IRP will apply to the RP also. Then all the IRP, when the IRP is going and the new RP is appointed, the IRP should give all the information. Till now, whatever the information IRP is having, he should produce it to the RP before leaving the company. Then duties. He shall take the custody and control of the assets. He shall act on behalf of the company with third parties. He will be the representative of the company on behalf of third parties. He can raise interim finance, temporary loans, after the approval of committee of creditors, appoint the accountants, maintain the updated list of claims, then attend the meetings of committee of creditors, prepare the information memorandum, the information which will contain the financial position etc. of the company, which will be given to the resolution applicant for preparing the resolution plan. Then invite the resolution applicant, present all the resolution plan, then file application for avoidance of transactions, such other action. This and all will be the duty of RP. Then eligibility of eligibility of a professional to be appointed as resolution professional. If you want to be appointed as RP, you should have certain qualifications. What are all the qualifications? You should be eligible to be appointed as an independent director. Single thing is that you should be independent of the company. You should not be related to the company. Like the resolution professional should not be related. He should be independent. In short, the resolution professional should be independent of the company. So for that, they have to fulfill all the requirements for the independent director in the Companies Act. Then he is not a related party. He is not an employee, proprietor, partner. So if the company should do the audit, statutory audit, secretarial audit, cost audit, everything should be done for the company. For that, they will go to the firms, audit firm, secretarial audit firm, cost audit firm, like that, audit firms will be there. In this firm, if the person is an employee, proprietor, or a partner, then these people are not eligible to be appointed as the resolution professional. In the firm of cost auditor, statutory auditor, or secretarial auditor, the person should not be an employee, proprietor, partner. Then he is not eligible to be a resolution professional. For the last 3 financial years, not only the auditor of the current year, auditor, cost auditor, secretarial auditor, stat auditor of the past 3 financial years. For all these 3 financial years, whatever the firms that did these audits, you should not be an employee, proprietor, partner of those firms. Then he is not an employee, proprietor, partner of a legal or consulting firm. The company needs legal advice, right? So they will have a legal firm. In that legal firm, you should not be an employee, proprietor, partner. That you should not be there. That legal firm also, we are having one limit. Like only the eligible legal firms, in that legal firms, you should not be an employee, proprietor, or partner. What is the eligible legal firms? Any legal firm which has had 5% or more transaction of gross turnover in the last 3 financial years. The gross turnover of the firm. For example, the legal firm has a turnover of 1 crore. In that, 5%. 5 lakhs will be the amount. If the legal firm has transaction with the company more than 5 lakhs in the last 3 financial year, then in that legal firm, if you are employee, proprietor, partner, you are also not eligible. First, check the gross turnover, take 5%. That is the limit. The transaction between the legal firm and the company. If it is more than the limit, like 5 lakh, if it is more than 5 lakh, then if you are an employee, proprietor, partner of the legal firm, then you are not eligible. In the last 3 financial year, you have to see this. Now, the fees of the resolution professional. The resolution professional we are getting right. The fees of the person. This is very important. You have to pay it in priority even before all the claims. Even before paying for all the creditors, you have to first pay to the resolution professional. After that only you can pay to the creditors. Then replacement of resolution professional. If the committee of creditors wanted to change the resolution professional, they have to make an application to the NCLT. They have to give the consent of the next RP. They want to appoint a new person. Current RP they are going to take it out and they are going to appoint a new RP. They have to file the consent of the new RP to the NCLT. Then 66% vote. The committee of creditors should pass a resolution with 66% voting. Then only 66% vote in favor. Then this copy also you have to file it along with the application to the NCLT. The committee of creditors will file with NCLT. NCLT will file with IBBI. After that, if IBBI provides confirmation, then NCLT will say OK. So that is the process of changing the resolution professional. 66% vote is needed. This is an important point. They can ask questions on this. Consent of the next RP is also required. Now the next thing, preparation of the information memorandum. The information memorandum should be prepared as may be specified by the board. Then the resolution professional shall provide to the resolution applicant all relevant information. The persons who are preparing the resolution plan to take over the company and revive the company, they are called as the resolution applicant. You have to give all the relevant information to the resolution applicant. Only then they can prepare the proper plan for reviving the company. Then you have to give some declaration, like the resolution applicant should give some declaration before getting access to the information of the particular company. The resolution applicant should give some declaration. What is the declaration? Confidentiality, insider trading. We will not do insider trading with this information. That all you have to give the declaration. We will protect the intellectual property. Any copyright, intangible asset that is there with the corporate debtor, that will be protected. Then this will not be shared with the third parties. We will not leak the information because these are sensitive information. Like what all the assets are there with the company, what all the lease contract with the company, what is the financial position, all the employees, how much employees are there, all the details will be given to the resolution applicant. So all these declarations should be given. After that only we will share the information. So confidentiality, insider trading, not to share with third parties. This declaration should be given by the resolution applicant. Then committee of creditors. So we saw all the things till now. Information memorandum also we have seen. Then committee of creditors. The interim resolution professional will form the committee of creditors. Now we can see everything about the committee of creditors. Now, the committee of creditors shall comprise of all the financial creditors. In the committee of creditors, all the financial creditors will be there. Now, the financial creditors, when they are there, they have to vote in the meeting. In some cases, they are not having the right to vote. Right to vote is not there with the financial creditor. In what cases? That we have to see. And in some cases, the financial creditor can appoint an authorized representative. The authorized representative will attend the meeting and he will do the voting on behalf of the financial creditor. The financial creditor, they will not come directly. They will appoint the representative and the representative will attend the meeting and he will do the voting on behalf of financial creditor. So this is the authorized representative concept. Either the financial creditor or the authorized representative will be attending the meetings. Now, in some cases, both these persons, authorized representative and then the financial creditor, they are not eligible to vote, not eligible to participate in the meeting of the committee of creditors. In what cases? That we have to see now. When the financial creditor or the authorized representative is a related party, the corporate debtor is there, right? The financial creditor or then the authorized representative is a related party. Then in that case, the authorized representative or the financial creditor, they will not have the right to participate, not have the right to vote. They cannot do anything in the meeting. So right of representation, participation, voting, anything is not there if they are a related party. So related party means anything who's related, like shareholder or like that, all the relations will be covered in the related party. For more detailed explanation for the meaning of related party, you can refer to the definitions. Now the next thing, in related party, they are having an exception. So normally when you are having a shareholder, you will be considered, you are a shareholder, you will be considered as a related party. When you are a shareholder, you are a related party. But the company has got loan from a bank. The bank has given multiple notice to the corporate debtor, but the corporate debtor did not repay the loan. Now, what the bank is saying that we can go into a restructuring, and in that, what will happen? The corporate debtor has to give some shares. The loan amount they have given, right? For example, 1 crore we can take. That one, instead of that 1 crore loan amount, we cannot repay the 1 crore loan amount. Instead of that, we will give you the equity shares. Now what happened? The bank has become a shareholder. Now the bank has become a related party. Now whether this bank can participate in the meeting, the bank has given 1 crore loan. It is very important. It is a big chunk of the committee of creditors. Whether it can participate in the meeting or not, that is the question. Now this bank, they are giving an exception. Any financial institution who has been regulated by a financial sector regulator, like the bank is regulated by RBI. Financial sector regulator. If an institution is governed by the financial sector regulator and it has become a related party by conversion of loan into equity shares, then that is an exception. The bank is not a related party. Where they have given a loan and that loan they have converted into equity shares, the institution is governed by a financial sector regulator. Because of that, they are becoming a related party, and in that case, they will not be considered as a related party for this particular purpose. So if it is a related party due to conversion of debt into equity or bond into equity shares, then it is not a related party. they can form the committee of creditors, they can be in the committee of creditors happily, there is no problem. Then if you are having two or more financial creditor, like as a part of consortium lending, like two or more banks have come together and they are providing the loan to the corporate debtor, now what will happen to those persons? Each financial creditor shall be a part of the committee for the debts owed to them. So we are having bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, 1 crore he has given, 2 crore bank 2 has given, 3 crore bank 3 has given. Like they will be having the voting percentage based on the amount they have given as loan. That is what they are saying here. Then if a person has given both loan as financial creditor and operational creditor, one person he has given as both 10 crore he has given the loan and he has given the goods or services which is worth rupees 5 crore. Now he will be considered as a financial creditor for this 10 crore. He will be considered as an operational creditor for this 5 crore. So that is what they are saying here. Then operational creditor, like one operational creditor has given the goods or services to the company corporate debtor worth rupees 1 crore. Now this operational creditor has the what we can see right to receive the amount. Right to receive the 1 crore the operational creditor is having. Now this operational creditor is transferring this right to another person. Now this another person will pay some 70 lakhs or some 80 lakhs to the operational creditor and he will get the right to receive 1 crore from the corporate debtor. Why they are selling at a discount? Because there is a problem in this company. It has went into CARP. It is a near bankruptcy company. So they are getting it a discount and then this another person is getting the right to receive the 1 crore. Now this another person will be considered as the new operational creditor and he can continue in the committee of creditors. He can be there in the committee of creditors if he wants to. So this new operational creditor who got the debt assigned, the right transferred, it is also called as assignment. I am selling my receivables. That is also called as assignment. Then the new operational creditor, he shall be a part of the committee of creditors. He will be considered as an operational creditor also. That person who got the right, the new operational creditor, he will also be considered as an operational creditor. Now, normally only financial creditor will be there in the committee of creditor, but in some cases operational creditor can also be there. That also we will be seeing later. Now, when we are having two or more banks who are coming together and providing loan for the company, and in that loan terms, loan agreement, it is written that only single trustee or agent can be appointed. The loan terms is saying that single trustee or agent can be appointed for all the banks. For all the banks, we can appoint a single trustee or agent. Then the bank can authorize the trustee or agent, or the bank can represent it themselves, or they can appoint an insolvency resolution also to represent them, or they can exercise the right to vote by themselves with one or more financial creditor jointly or severally. Like all the three, for example, we can take three banks have joined and given a consortium loan to the company. Now we are having three banks, right? First bank, second bank, and then third bank. These three are separate organizations, separate institutions. Now each bank has to take a decision whether they are appointing a single trustee or they are coming themselves personally. They are appointing a person by themselves, or else they are appointing an insolvency professional to represent the bank in the committee of creditors. They are appointing a single trustee together, or personally they will appoint some other person, or they can appoint an insolvency professional, or these three persons can combinedly they themselves can come and exercise their voting share. So these options they are having, the bank is having. Now the next thing, in some cases we can appoint the authorized representative that I have told. Now we can see what are all the cases. Now the company, the corporate debtor has given debentures and we are having 1 lakh debenture holders. We cannot combine all these people in the committee of creditors. We cannot have 1 lakh members in the committee of creditors. That is not possible. So for all these people we will appoint one what we can say authorized representative. Then you are not having the debenture, but what we can say, you have a lot of creditors. You are having creditors in like thousands or lakhs, that much numbers you are having the creditors. You have got the loan in that much small amount from various people. Then in that case also you can appoint an authorized representative for those creditors, for the thousands or lakhs of creditors. Then when you are having a financial debt which is represented by a guardian, executor or administrator. So a financial creditor is there, he is having a guardian, administrator, executor. Then this person will be acting as the authorized representative for that financial creditor. So in these three cases, we can keep the authorized representative. Then, one second. So here, this authorized representative, the interim resolution professional will help the financial creditor to determine the authorized representative. Now we are having a lot of creditors like here. So we will see the highest number of creditors. For example, we are having total 10 crore rupees loan from a total of 1 lakh people. We will see the state of these people. Like 70% of the people are from Uttar Pradesh, 20% of the people are from Tamil Nadu, 10% of the people are from Andhra Pradesh. Like that, we are having the composition. Now, the resolution professional or the authorized representative. The authorized representative will be selected from the Uttar Pradesh, the place from where highest number of creditors are there. Out of this, highest number of creditors are there in Uttar Pradesh only. So, we will select the authorized representative from the Uttar Pradesh. Now the interim resolution professional will select three persons, three names from Uttar Pradesh. Now the creditors, 1 lakh creditors we are having, right? Those people has to vote and they will select any one of these three. First one, second one or third one. So out of these three persons you have to select one. They will do the voting and select it. And whoever the person who gets the highest vote, they will be appointed as the authorized representative. So that process they have given here. Then, for example, in Uttar Pradesh we are seeing, right? In Uttar Pradesh we are not having that much resolution professional or that much person we are not having. And one more point, we are appointing the authorized representative, right? That will be insolvency professional. We can take the names of insolvency professional only for giving to the people for voting. We have to select only insolvency professional. For example, in Uttar Pradesh, we are not having insolvency professional. Then we can go to a nearby state and we can take the name from the nearby state also. So that point also they have given here. Then the above authorized representative, he will attend the meeting, he will do the voting on behalf of the financial creditor. Then if you want to make any decision by the committee of creditor meeting, you have to get a minimum of 51% of the vote. For passing any resolution, you have to get this much vote. Then if there is no financial creditor, then you can keep the operational creditor also. That provision we can see in detail later. Then the committee of creditor, after appointing the committee of creditor may ask some information about the company. From whom? Nothing but the resolution professional. Now the resolution professional has to give the information within 7 days. The committee of creditors is asking like how much employees are there, how much amount that is due, like any other financial information they are asking. The resolution professional should reply within 7 days. They have to produce the information within 7 days. Then we are doing this process, right? Interim resolution professional, he is taking three names and we are conducting voting and we will select the authorized representative. This process it may take time. In between also we can have the committee of creditors meetings and all. Only for that 1 lakh debenture holder we are not having authorized representative. For all the other financial creditors we are having the representative or the persons. So for this 1 lakh people alone we can appoint an interim representative. During the period when the process is going on for selecting the authorized representative, we can appoint a temporary representative. This person will represent the financial creditor during the committee of creditor meeting till the permanent authorized representative is appointed. So I hope you understand this. Now we can go to the next point. So next point is meetings of committee of creditors. So till now we have completed the authorized representative point. Now when you see the process, the committee of creditors, that point itself is a little bit big. So a lot of things like we spent a lot of time in the committee of creditors point itself because we are having a lot of points in that. So that's all about this. We can continue now. Now we can see about the meetings of committee of creditors. We have completed the authorized representative topic. Now we are going into the committee of creditors meetings. Now we can see about the topic of meetings of committee of creditors. We are having the committee of creditors which is formed by the interim resolution professional. Now we are going to see about the meetings. Here also first we have to see about the composition. So who are all the persons who will be there in the committee of creditors? When the company has financial creditors, the corporate debtor company has got loan from many persons in the form of money. So those financial creditors, all the financial creditors will be there in the committee of creditors. Then the resolution professional will conduct the meetings of the committee. Now, if the financial creditors are not there for a particular company, there is no financial creditors. Everything is in the form of kind, like either goods or services the company has got on credit. Only those creditors are there. Only operational creditors are there. This is a very rare scenario, but when it happens, what will happen? So, where the corporate debtor has no financial debt, or where all the financial creditors are related parties to the corporate debtor. Another important point is that in the committee of creditors, related parties, any related party to the company does not have any right to vote, does not have any right to participate. So the related parties of the company cannot participate, cannot vote in the committee of creditors. They will not be a member of the committee of creditors. So when we are having financial creditor, but all the financial creditors are related parties, so they cannot be in the committee of creditors. Now we have to go to the operational creditors. In these two scenarios, no financial creditors or all financial creditors are related parties. What will happen? The committee will be formed using 18 largest operational creditors by value. So you will be having operational creditor 1, operational creditor 2, like that you will have the list, and then the value will be there 10 crore, 8 crore, 5 crore, like that we will have the value, like that 18 largest operational creditor by value. 18 largest ones you have to take, like this you have to take the till operational creditor 1 to 18 who are largest in the value that you have to take. So they will be there in the committee of creditors. Now, one representative for all workmen elected by all workmen, one representative elected by all employees. So there will be one representative. All the workmen, like there will be 10,000 people working in the factory. For all those people, we will have one representative, and we will have some 2,000 people working in the offices. When you are working in the office, it is called as employee. When you are working in the factory and stuff like that, you will be called as workmen. So for all the employees, we will have one representative. So like this, 18 largest operational creditors, then one workman representative, one employee representative will be there in the committee of creditors. Now, here when you're not having 18 operational creditor, total if you are having only 3 operational creditor, 1, 2, 3. Here you are having 8 crore, here you are having 5 crore, here you are having 2 crore. Only 3 operational creditors are there, financial creditors are not there. Now what will happen? Only these 3 people will be there in the committee of creditors. The committee shall include all such operational creditors if the number of operational creditors is less than 18. So that is what we saw now. Now this is the committee of creditors composition. In various situations, what will be the composition? Who are all the members will be there in the committee of creditors that we have seen now. Now the next thing, procedure to conduct the meeting. Now we formed the committee of creditors. After that we have to conduct the meetings. Whenever you are having meetings, some points will be common, like quorum for the meeting, then notice for the meeting, then procedure for the meeting. Notice means the timing for which you have to send the notice. Like before the meeting, before 7 days, you have to send the notice. Like that, the timing will be there. And then to whom we have to send the notice? To the board of directors, to the shareholders, to the company, or to any other regulator. Who will get the notice? That also is there. These are the points under the notice part. Quorum means like how many people will be the minimum requirement to conduct the meeting. We will wait. The people will come. Only if the minimum number of people is achieved. After that only we will start the meeting. So how much minimum number of members is required to start the meeting? That is quorum. And in quorum also we will have one attached point. If the quorum is not met, what will happen? The meeting will be adjourned. When the meeting is adjourned, when the next meeting will be conducted, like the adjourned meeting, it will be called as the adjourned meeting. Original meeting was adjourned. Now, the second meeting, adjourned meeting, when it will happen, that point also we have to see. So, like this, when you're seeing meetings, these points we have to see. These points we are also having in the board meetings, like in the point of directors. Meetings of board and its powers. In that particular chapter, you can see the board meetings. What is the quorum for board meeting? What is the notice for board meeting? And how to conduct it? Whether video conferencing is allowed or not? Like that, all the things will be there in the board meetings. And one more point, voting. All the members are there. What is the voting mechanism? like for taking what decision, how much percentage vote is required, and who will count the vote, whether it will happen physically or through electronic voting machine. So everything will be there in the voting part. So like this, these are all the common points whenever you are having an organization and in that you are having some committee or council, in that you are doing the meetings and all, these points you have to see. So in the committee of creditors, when you see what is the procedure, you have to send the notice. Notice you can send to these people, members of the committee of creditors, and including the authorized representative. So in the committee of creditors, you will have the members, financial creditor 1, financial creditor 2, like that will have the members. To those members, you have to send the notice along with the authorized representative. Like for example, we saw that 1 lakh debenture holders were there. For those people, you have to send the authorized representative. That authorized representative will be exercising the vote on behalf of these 1 lakh debenture holders. So this authorized representative also, he should receive the notice of the meeting. Now, members of the suspended board or the partners of the corporate persons. So this company is there, right? Corporate debtor. The board of directors, they are not in power. That is also called as suspended. Or when the corporate debtor is a LLP, this is company. If it is a LLP, the partners, they will be the ones managing the business. They will be suspended. To those people, you can give the notice. They can attend. They will not have any voting rights and all. Just they can attend the meeting. Next, operational creditors or their representatives, the amount of aggregate dues is not less than 10% of the debt. So, if the total debt, for example, 100 crore is the total debt of the company, in that minimum 10 crore is due to the operational creditors. Operational creditors has given loan of 10 crore rupees by goods or services. So, in this case, you have to give the notice to the operational creditor also. 10% of the total debt. Then you have to give the notice to the operational creditor also. Next point, the directors, partners, representative of operational creditors. So you can directly send to the operational creditors, or there may be a representative of the operational creditors also. You can send it to them. So the director, partner, they and all, they will not have any voting right and all, but they can come and attend the meeting. They, even if they do not get the notice, even if you do not give the notice, that will not be a problem for conducting the proceedings, for conducting the meetings. You can give the notice, like it is optional. Even if you do not give the notice to these people, you can easily conduct the meeting smoothly without any problem. Just because these people did not get any notice, this will not invalidate the meeting. This will not stop the meeting at all. Now the next part. So that we are having, then absence shall not invalidate the proceedings. The resolution professional shall determine the voting share to be assigned to each creditor in the manner specified by the board. Then voting share. What is the voting share? How much persons can vote? How much? What is the vote? One vote per creditor, or what is the thing? So here when you are having financial creditors, like we can take an example, like from HDFC Bank, you have taken a 10 crore loan. From ICAI Bank, you have taken a loan of 5 crore. From a small finance bank, you have taken a loan of 1 crore. Now the total debt when you see, uh, 16 it is coming, you can take another 4 thing. Like from another bank, State Bank of India, you have taken a 4 crore loan. Now the total comes to 20 crore. Now what is the proportionate share? What is the voting share of the State Bank of India? That will be proportionate. So 4 by 20 into 100. This will be the voting percentage of State Bank of India. 10 by 20 into 100. 5 by 20 into 100. Like 1 by 20 into 100. Like that. The financial debt for the particular financial creditor will be in the numerator. The denominator will have the total financial debt. Multiply by 100, you will get the voting percentage for each financial creditor. So this is the formula. Now, when you're having operational creditor, what will happen? We are not having any financial creditor, but operational creditor we are having. Now, here when you see, the voting rights of the committee with only operational creditor will be in proportion to the debt due to each creditor to total debt, where total debt will be equal to the debt due to creditors, workmen, and then the employees. So total amount you want to pay to the operational creditor, and then how much you have to pay to the workmen, and how much you have to pay to the employees. This will give you the total debt. This will be in the denominator. In the numerator, it will be like debt due to the particular creditor in proportion to the debt due to each creditor to total debt. So operational creditor 1, operational creditor 2, like that you will have the people. What is the debt due to operational creditor 1? This will give you the percentage. When you do this, you will get the percentage of voting share for operational creditor 1. Now here when you take the debt due to workmen, this will give you the voting percentage for the workman representative. Here when you take the committee of creditor where we are having a workman representative, those people are also there. Then what will happen is that the workmen employees, those representative, one representative, they are here, they are in the committee of creditors, right? Those people will also get the voting share. Normally they will not get any voting share, but when they are having only operation creditor, workman representative and employees in the committee, then these people will also get a voting share. Now like this, total debt is this only, and when you're taking the particular debt of those particular persons, you will get the voting share. This is very simple only, so we can move to the next part. The next thing is filing of report certifying the constitution of the committee. After successfully forming the committee, what will happen? The interim resolution professional IRP has to file a report that this is the committee of creditors, we have formed it, these are all the members, like these are all the voting share, like all the relevant information should be there in the report, and then that report should be filed to the NCLT. You have to file the report to the NCLT within 2 days of the verification of claims received. After verifying the claims, you are verifying the claims, verification of claims. Within 2 days, you have to file the report certifying the constitution of the committee of creditors. Now, everywhere you are filing a report to the NCLT so that the NCLT can keep a track of what is happening in the resolution process. Then first meeting with creditors. After forming the committee of creditors, within 7 days, you have to conduct the first meeting. Within 7 days of filing the report. So within 7 days of filing the report, when you are filing the report, after you have to take 7 days, within that you have to keep the first meeting of the committee of creditors. Where the appointment of resolution professional is delayed, the IRP shall perform the functions from the 40th day of the insolvency commencement date till a resolution professional is appointed. So here we have to remove the IRP, and then you have to appoint a permanent resolution professional. This may take time. Sometimes there may be some delay. Because of that, the resolution professional might get delayed to get appointed. Now in that time what will happen? IRP itself will exercise all the powers of RP and he will do all the duties till the RP is appointed properly. Then meetings of the committee. The meeting will be conducted by the resolution professional only, and then the resolution professional shall convene a meeting of the committee before lapse of 30 days from the last meeting. So, for example, now you are doing a meeting, within 30 days, you have to conduct another meeting. There should not be more than 30 days gap between the meetings. Every month you will have a meeting, like that you can remember. Then, on a request received from the members of the committee, he shall convene a meeting if the same is made by members representing 33% of the voting rights. So we are having voting rights right for each people. If some persons are giving an application, what application they are giving? They want to conduct a meeting of the committee. We conducted a meeting already. Then after that, some people are coming and they are giving an application to conduct the meeting again. Like they want to say something, further they want to conduct a meeting. Now, if the persons applying collectively, if they have 33% voting share, then the resolution professional should compulsorily conduct the meeting. If the persons applying has 33% voting share, then the resolution professional should mandatorily conduct the meeting as per their request. Then may place a proposal received from the members if at least 33% of the voting rights. So the persons in the meeting we are conducting a meeting. In that meeting, a group of persons are giving a proposal. Like this proposal, we have to put it up in front of the committee and we have to decide on this. Like that, the group of people is saying. Now, if the group of people have 33% of the voting rights, then RP should mandatorily put the proposal in front of the committee of creditors during the meeting. When you are applying for meeting also, you need to have 33% voting right. When you are applying to bring a proposal in front of the committee, then also you should have 33% voting right. If you want to say something itself, you should have 33%. Like in the form of a proposal, if you want to bring it forward, then 33% is needed. If you want to convene a meeting, then also 33% is needed. So this you can note it on the side, like 33% voting rights is needed to do any reasonable action in the meeting. Now the next thing is when there is a real estate project related to the company, if we are having any real estate project, The committee of creditors can invite the relevant authority for the real estate project. Invite the authority to attend the meetings. The authority will not have any right to vote or any other rights. They can just attend the meeting. So like that we can invite the persons. For real estate project they might have some doubt, like that they want to clarify, or just for any other purpose they want to invite the authority. They can invite the authority to attend the meetings when there is a real estate project related to the company. Now this committee of creditors will direct the resolution professional to invite the authority. They will give the invitation through the resolution professional only. Then the next point is they can also invite the providers of interim finance. When the CARP process is going on, temporarily we need some funds to run the company. So for that they are raising some interim finance. The providers of interim finance, the lenders who gave the interim loan, those people also we can invite them to attend the meetings. Now, notice for the meetings. We already saw that for meetings, you will have a notice. Not less than 5 days notice in writing to every participant. Whoever is going to participate, you have to give the notice in writing, not less than 5 days. So, minimum 5 days notice should be there. The committee of creditors can reduce the notice period from 5 days to such other period, but not less than 24 hours. So, this is the standard time period. 5 days. The committee of creditors, they can make a resolution or they can make a decision and they can reduce this. But minimum should be 24 hours for the meeting. Then the committee quorum. So the committee of creditors representing at least 33% of the voting rights. So here also you can write 33% voting rights. Creditors or the members should be there in the committee. Only then we can start the meeting. If the required quorum is not met, then the meeting will be adjourned. After that, the meeting will be adjourned. The meeting will happen. The adjourned meeting will happen at the same time and same place on the next day. Same time, same place, next day. That is the location and timing of the adjourned meeting. The adjourned meeting shall correlate with the members attending the meeting. For the adjourned meeting, whatever the members they come, that will be the minimum members. We will not check the minimum members again. So for the adjourned meeting, we will not check the quorum again. Whoever the members they will come and we will start the meeting. We will not check the quorum again. Now this is the quorum point. 33% people should be there. Adjourned meeting. Adjourned meeting. We will not check the quorum again. Next, approval of committee of creditors for certain actions. In normal companies also we will have certain activities. The powers of the board. The meetings of the board and powers of the board. There you can see that certain powers will be there. For that the directors should conduct a board meeting. After that only they can exercise those powers. For some powers they have to get the special resolution. Like that here also there are certain big decisions which can be taken by the resolution professional only after getting the permission of the committee of creditors. These are certain big decisions that the resolution professional can take after getting the permission only. He cannot decide on his own, like normally managing the affairs of the business. The business is normally managed by the resolution professional only. He will try to keep the company as a going concern because we have to invite the resolution plan and all. So the company should be a going concern. For that, all the activities the resolution professional will do. But when he wants to take some big decisions like raising some loan like that and all, he has to get the approval of the committee of creditors. After that only he can exercise those powers. They are having the powers, but we have to get the permission of the committee first. Raising the interim finance, creating any security interest like pledging any property or mortgaging any property, changing the capital structure, recording any change in ownership, giving instruction to financial institution, making any related party transaction, amending the MOA, AOA or incorporation document, delegating the authority to any other person, disposing the shares, making any change in the management, transfer the rights of the debts, or make changes in the appointment or terms of contract of the persons, or make changes in the appointment of the statutory auditor. Those are some big decisions which can be taken only after getting the approval of the committee of creditors. So for these actions, minimum 66% committee of creditors vote should be there. After that only it is considered that the resolution has been passed and you can do the action properly. If you did not get the required vote, you are not permitted to do these actions. So if you did the action, you did any of these action, but you did not get any approval from the committee, then that action will be void. Then the committee of creditors, they will report to the board. Board means Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Now, voting by the committee. The vote of the members will be taken when we are keeping any proposal or any resolution in the meeting of the committee of creditors. The resolution professional shall announce the decision with the names of the members who voted for and against. So when we are having a resolution, The resolution professional will announce, like, this is the resolution and these are the persons, names of the persons who voted for, in favor, or who voted against the resolution. Those names they will read it out along with the voting share. How much vote were in favor, how much vote came in against, that they will announce. Only then we can decide whether the resolution got passed or not. Then they can use electronic voting system also, there is no problem. The authorized representative we are having, right, for the home buyers or the debenture holders or any other financial creditors, like in case of consortium loan. We saw that when two or three financial creditors, like two or three banks, they come together and provide a loan to the corporate debtor, then it will be called as a consortium loan. These banks, they can together appoint a single trustee or agent. He will act as the authorized representative. Now, those authorized representatives, they have the right to participate in the meetings with the prior voting instructions for what resolution, what vote you have to give. Like, you have to vote for or you have to vote against. Everything will be the instruction provided by the bank to the particular authorized representative, or the debenture holder to the particular authorized representative. The person will vote according to the prior voting instructions. It is the duty of the authorized representative to circulate the agenda and minutes of the meeting to the financial creditor he represents. For example, HDFC Bank, ICAI Bank, these two people, they are together appointing a single trustee. That is to authorize the representative. Now, this authorized representative should communicate to the HDFC and ICICI Bank about what is the process going on, and when the meeting is happening, what is the agenda of the meeting, what they are going to discuss on the meeting, and what are the minutes of the meeting after completing the meeting. That all should be communicated to the particular financial creditor by the authorized representative. Then the authorized representative shall cast the vote according to the instructions received. Then he shall not, if the financial creditor does not give any prior instructions, the authorized representative shall abstain from voting. Like we are having HDFC and then ICICI we are having. These two people are the financial creditor. For that we are having an authorized representative. HDFC Bank gave the instruction, no problem. But ICICI Bank did not give any instruction. Now what you have to do? The authorized representative has to vote only for the voting share of HDFC. You should not use the voting share of ICICI. You should abstain from voting. You should avoid the voting. Nothing but you should not vote for ICICI percentage. Now that's all. The next thing when you see, the authorized representative shall cast his vote on behalf of all the financial creditor he represents in accordance with the decision taken by. And we are having one more rule in the case of authorized representative in the case of a consortium loan. So we can take one example itself for this. So we are having a consortium loan in which we can take three banks: State Bank of India, HDFC, and then ICICI. So they have given a loan of 10 crore, 5 crore, and 5 crore. The total loan is 20 crores. So this is the loan that has been given to the company, that is the corporate debtor. Now the voting share percentage, we already know that they will have based on the debt that they have given. For example, we can take that the entire financial debt. Total financial debt of the entire company is 200 crore. Now we can see one more thing. In this 20 crore, inside this, how much percentage is there for, how much proportion is there for each bank? So 10 by 20 into 100, 5 by 20 into 100, 5 by 20 into 100. When you do this, within this 20 crore, how much proportion each bank has given the loan, that we can get. So when you do 10 by 20 into 100, it will be 50 percentage. When you do 5 by 20 into 100, it will be 1 by 4, 25 percentage. So here also it will be 25 percentage. Here out of this 20 crore, these three banks have given the loan in this particular percentage. So here what we have to see is that how the authorized representative, for all these three banks, we will have one authorized representative. Authorized representative, before attending the meeting, he will ask the voting instruction from the financial creditors, from the banks. Now each of the banks should give the voting instruction. Like for example, one proposal we can take. There is one particular proposal for which the authorized representative is asking the voting instruction from all the three banks: State Bank of India, ICICI, and then HDFC Bank. So, State Bank of India is saying yes. You can say yes to the proposal. ICICI Bank is saying you have to say no to the proposal. HDFC Bank is saying you have to say yes to the proposal. So, now this is the voting instruction for each and every bank. Now, here what the authorized representative has to see is that here we are having a rule which is majority binds all. Which means that out of this, if majority people, out of these three, if majority say yes, then for the entire people, for all the three banks, they have to say yes. For the entire voting percentage of the three banks, they have to vote yes, yes. If the majority says no, then for the entire, all the three banks combined voting percentage, the authorized representative should vote as no. So that is the rule here. Majority binds all. Now here if you see, now State Bank of India has 50% out of this 20 crore. 50 percentage. ICICI has how many percentage? 25, 25. So here how much percentage said yes? 50 plus 25. 75 percentage said yes and 25 percentage said no. So this is the status for this particular proposal. Out of the total financial debt for these three banks alone, for this consortium loan alone, the authorized representative, when he is deciding, you will see this. So 75% are saying yes, 25% are saying no. So for the entire three bank, State Bank of India, ICICI, HDFC, the majority will win and they will say yes for all the three banks. Now what is the voting share for each bank? This is the particular proportion in this 20 crore, how much they have given. Now this we can keep it aside. Here when you see the actual percentage in the total financial debt, how much is the voting share they are having? 10 divided by 200 into 100, 5 by 200 into 100, 5 by 200 into 100. So when you do, you will get 5 percentage here. Here you will get 2.5 percentage. Here you will get 2.5 percentage. Yes, here when you see, we are getting a total of 10 percentage. Now for this entire 10%, the authorized representative will go to the meeting of committee of creditors and he will vote yes, because yes is the majority answer. Yes, for the entire voting share of the three banks, he will take the answer of the majority. He will take it and file that answer for all the three banks. So this is the rule here. We have to see the majority. Like these three people are giving different answers. Yes, no, yes. We have to see who's the majority within the particular consortium loan based on the amount given. We have to see the majority. Which person has the majority? Yes, the people who are saying yes, they have the majority. So for the entire voting share of these three banks, total 10% voting share they are having in the entire committee of creditors. So what you have to do is that you have to tell the majority answer, that is yes to the proposal in the committee of creditors meeting. So that's all simple. This is the thing in the case of consortium loan. The majority binds all principle is working here. So that only they have given here. The authorized representative shall cast the vote on behalf of all the financial creditors he is representing in accordance with the decision taken by a vote of more than 50% of the voting share of the financial creditors he represents who have cast their vote. Now, here also, here we can add one more thing. Here we are having one more bank. We can say yes bank. For example, we can take, now here if you take, yes bank is there, but they are deciding to not vote. Then also the answer will be same. You need not consider the yes bank itself. You can take the remaining bank alone. Then you can do this particular procedure. If you are having a bank which is not voting, ignore them when you are finding out this particular process. All the banks who are voting, all the financial creditors who have decided to vote. Only those people you have to take into account when you are calculating this particular majority answer for each proposal. This will be for each proposal. Then here for each and every decision we are going to do this majority only, and we are having one more thing. we are having one section called section number 12A. That section is about the withdrawal of application. You have made an application under CARP, that only is the application that has started the process. That is what it is going on now. So we are having one particular section that is called the withdrawal of application, in which committee of creditors, when they pass a resolution with a 90% voting in favor, then what will happen? They are passing a resolution with 90% voting in favor. That resolution, that is for the withdrawal of the application. Withdrawal of application to NCLT for CARP. Initially they made an application, right? That application now they are withdrawing. Now what will happen? NCLT will decide, and if NCLT approves, then the application is withdrawn. The entire proceedings under CARP, everything will stop. So this is the resolution for withdrawal of application. It is under section number 12A. Here when you see this, for this we want 90% voting. When you are having the consortium loan, the same people you are having, now the same members you are having, same financial creditor you are having, you have to vote. The authorized representative has to vote on this particular resolution under section 12A. You have to vote on the withdrawal application. Now here when you are taking the decision of each and every bank, like for example we can take State Bank of India says yes for the withdrawal application, HDFC Bank says yes, ICAI Bank says no. Now these answers you are getting from each and every bank in the consortium loan for this section 12A application. For withdrawal application, this resolution, this is the answer you are getting. Now what the authorized representative has to do? Should he use the majority buying all, that 50% majority principle he has to see and vote based on the majority, or he has to vote as per the individual requirement of each financial creditor? That is the question. Now this 50%, this majority rule, majority means more than 50%. Wherever in a resolution, if the voting is more than 50%, if it says yes, then the entire voting will say yes. If the majority says no, then the entire vote percentage will be added to say no in the committee of creditors meeting. So the majority will be taking the decision. This is in the normal cases. But when you are seeing the withdrawal application, it is a very big decision. So here you have to take the individual desires of each and every bank. In this consortium loan, for this particular withdrawal application, you have to see the individual desire of the bank or the financial creditor. Individual desire of the financial creditor when the authorized representative is voting. So here what you have to do, for these two creditor you have to say yes, for this creditor you have to say no. Now what is the voting percentage? 5% remaining 2.5, 2.5. So here in the committee of creditors meeting, the authorized representative will vote yes and will vote no. Will vote yes for this 7.5%. Will vote no for the 2.5%. So normally we have to see the majority. Out of these three banks, what is the majority? What is the opinion of the majority? That will be the decision of the entire 10% voting share of these three banks combined. But for section 12A application and all, we will see the desire of the individual financial creditor. We will see the requirement of the individual financial creditor. For each individual financial creditor, we will ask them, and based on their desire, we will make the vote. For this, they said yes, so we made a yes. For this voting percentage, they said no, so we are voting no. So this will be the voting for the financial creditor in case of consortium loan, where you are appointing an authorized representative like that. Now the next point, when you see instruction or information filed by the authorized representative received by the financial creditor, he represents with COC for voting. Whatever the instructions that the financial creditors will give to the authorized representative, that will be in a document. That document should be filed with the committee of creditors, that voting instruction document. So that will be given to the committee of creditors. So that is the point they have given here. Next point is voting by authorized representative. The authorized representative shall cast the vote. Everything is there in accordance with the provisions. So that's all about the authorized representative voting point. Rights and duties of authorized representative of financial creditor. And here we are having some general points also. The authorized representative should always work in the interest of the financial creditor. He should always work in support of the financial creditor. He should not work against, because his work itself to support the financial creditor and help him to be represented in the committee of creditors. So he should not work against the creditor, or he should not do any activity that causes any harm to the creditor. Now the next thing, when you see persons not eligible to be a resolution applicant. Now we have done the committee of creditors. They are conducting the meeting. For meeting whatever the requirement, all the provisions we saw. Now the next thing is we have to see the resolution plan. For the committee of creditor, the main work is resolution plan. They will prepare a information memorandum. In that all the details of the company will be there. This they will do a public announcement and they will give an invitation. Why they are giving an invitation? For resolution applicant. Who are the resolution applicant? Other companies or other corporations, other high net worth individuals, whoever is ready to buy the entire company. They will pay off the liabilities and they will take over the company. So that is what it will happen in the resolution plan. They will bring a resolution plan. In that plan, they will pay off all the liabilities and then they will take over the company. They will run the company as a going concern. By changing the name after that, they will operate the company. The control of the company will shift to the resolution applicant. So that is the resolution applicant who will present the resolution plan. Now, for becoming a resolution applicant, we are having certain qualifications, or we can say some disqualification we are having. You should be eligible. For that, what are all the conditions we are having? Grounds of ineligibility. If you are covered under the below points, you are not eligible. You are not allowed to present a resolution plan. First one is undischarged insolvent. If you are already insolvent, you cannot go and revive another company. Then willful defaulter. So according to the RBI norms guidelines, you have been declared as a willful defaulter, meaning that you have got a loan, but you are not repaying it. Why you are not repaying it? Even though you are having the funds, you are having the funds to repay it, but you are not repaying it. That is the meaning of willful defaulter. So in that case, you are not eligible to present a resolution plan. Then, so this is one tricky point. So the resolution applicant has an account or an account of a corporate debtor under the control or of whom such person is a promoter, classified as an NPA. So simply you can understand like this. One person is there, under his control we are having one bank account that has become NPA, and then 1 year has lapsed from the date of NPA. When you see from the date of commencement of CARP. So for example, this is the date of commencement of CARP. Now this is the date of NPA we can take. Now here when you see, if 1 year has lapsed, now that particular person is not eligible. So that is the simple thing they are trying to tell. Any person who is having a bank account which is under his control and that has become NPA, 1 year lapsed. When you are seeing from the date of commencement of CARP. When you see from the date of commencement of CARP, 1 year has already lapsed. Then that particular person is not eligible. But if he pays all the amount means the principal, the interest, the penalty, all the amount should be paid by the particular person. The person paid all the amount, cleared all the charges, including penalty. All the amount should be paid without leaving any due. So, if he does all the things, then he is eligible. If you are having an NPA but you want to do the resolution plan you want to present, then you have to pay the entire amount. After that, you can come and present the resolution plan. So, that is one more thing. Now the next point when you see here, nothing in this clause shall apply to a resolution applicant where such applicant is a financial entity and not a related party to the corporate debtor. This NPA, that point we are having, right, that is not applicable when you are a financial entity and you are not a related party. Then even if you are having this NPA account, 1 year has lapsed, that all does not matter. You can apply the resolution plan. You can present the resolution plan. Then we already saw related party uh, does not mean you when you are having equity shares, you are a shareholder because of your debt converted into equity. So somewhere here only we saw that when here only you are having a financial creditor regulated by financial sector regulator. If it is a related party because of substitution of debt into equity shares, then he is not a related party. So that same thing they have given here also. Related party does not include a financial entity regulated by financial sector regulator if it is a financial creditor and a related party because of substitution of debt into equity shares, conversion of debt into equity shares. So that point they have given here. Next. Here, now I will give you another example for this. We are having one person, a high net worth individual we can take. Like for example, we can take Mukesh Ambani. Now we are having one company, A Limited, which is going into bankruptcy and it has started the CARP process. Now for this A Limited, they are giving an invitation to present the resolution plan. Now what Mukesh Ambani did, he went and presented a resolution plan. The committee of creditors approved it and then the NCLT approved it. Now the plan was approved. Now it was ready to be implemented. But what happened is that this company is already a corporate debtor. This company has a lot of NPA accounts. All these NPA accounts are very old, like 2 or 3 years old, when you're seeing from the date of commencement of CARP of another company. So just we can see these NPAs are very old, that you can understand till now. Now we are having another company, B Limited. That is also a company which is going under bankruptcy. Now what you have to understand is that this A Limited resolution plan, everything approved, now it is going on, but still we are having some NPA account which should be cleared by the person. It should be cleared by the Mukesh Ambani later. Now, when you see B Limited, it is also another company. It is going into bankruptcy. CARP has started. Now, for this company, they are inviting for resolution plan. They are inviting resolution applicant. Now, when you see Mukesh Ambani, under his control, he is having a company. And that company has NPA account. So, when you see according to this section, according to this particular clause, Mukesh Ambani cannot give the resolution plan, cannot apply. Because under his control we are having a bank account and that bank account is NPA. So when you see plainly, that is the thing. So that's why they have added one explanation where any other company you are having under your control that is having NPA account. Why this particular company is having NPA account? Because it was a corporate debtor, it was under CARP process. The person took over the company according to the resolution plan already approved. So this will not be considered, and Mukesh Ambani is eligible to acquire B Limited also. Is eligible to present the resolution plan for B Limited also. So there is no problem. So that is the effect of this particular explanation. Now the next thing, when you see any offence, if the person is convicted with an offence for 2 years or more under any act specified under the 12th schedule, we are having a schedule that is called as the 12th schedule. In that we are having a list of offence. If under those offence you are going to jail for 2 years or more, you are convicted with imprisonment for 2 years or more, then you are not eligible. Or under any other law, if you are convicted for 7 years or more, then also you are not eligible for presenting the resolution plan, provided that this clause shall not apply to a person after the expiry of 2 years from the date of his release. If you are released, you are releasing now in this particular time period, you are getting released. After this 2 years cooling period you have to give. After that, now you can present the resolution plan. There is no problem. So that is the imprisonment point. Next one, if you are disqualified to act as a director, if you are disqualified to act as a director, then also you are not eligible to present a resolution plan. Then if you are prohibited by SEBI from trading in securities or from accessing the security market, like you are banned by SEBI, then also you are not eligible. Now for this next point, I will give you an example, only then you can understand it better. So here we can take one corporate debtor. So corporate debtor is nothing but a corporate person has taken a loan. Corporate person means company or LLP. When a company or LLP has taken a loan, then it will be called as a corporate debtor. Some transaction has happened with this corporate debtor. Those are preferential transaction, undervalue transaction, fraudulent transaction, or extortionate credit transaction. These are some wrong transactions which should not happen. Like you can say, these are some wrong transaction which should not happen, which are wrong. So I will give you an example. Without explaining each and every transaction, I will give you just one example. So we are having one company. That company has some promoters. These promoters are the ones controlling the company. So these promoters, they are having a company. They are controlling the company. Now they are seeing that the company is going into bankruptcy. They are facing heavy losses. Suppliers are not supplying goods on credit basis. They are telling only on cash base only we will supply. Like that, they are facing a lot of difficulties. The market situation is becoming worse, and their industry is facing a lot of competition. A lot of players are there in the industry. Because of that, they are facing a lot of competition. Like that, they are having a lot of indicators because of which they are seeing that this company will go into bankruptcy very soon. Now, what the promoters do is that this company is having an asset like a building. The value of the building is 10 crore rupees. Now, what the promoters do? The promoters are transferring this building from this company. They are transferring this building to their relatives for a consideration. But when you see this consideration, it is very low, like just 1 crore only. It is the consideration. The building value 10 crore, but they are transferring it from the company to their relatives for a consideration of 1 crore. Why they are doing it? Before the company becomes bankrupt, if they transfer any valuable assets, then it will be their asset. They can keep it themselves. Even if the company goes down because of bankruptcy, they will have the building that will help them. So like that, they are doing a transaction. It is wrong. You should not transfer the company's assets for a very low value. So it will come under the undervalued transaction. Why you are doing it? You are doing it for some ill purpose. You are doing it for some wrong purpose. You are not doing it properly. You are not doing it in good faith. You are trying to take advantage of the company's assets by transferring it to your relatives. It is wrong. So it is a wrong transaction. It should not happen. Now, this transaction happened. This nobody know. Nobody knows. It was very secret, and it can be revealed only through an investigation. Till now, no investigation was done, and only the promoters know that they have done this type of transaction. Now, what happens to this company? As they decided, as they anticipated, as they predicted, the company went into bankruptcy. It became insolvent, and they have started the CIRP process under the IBC 2016 for this particular company. Now we are having another company, resolution applicant, which is another company. We can take some ABC Limited. Now this ABC Limited prepares a resolution plan. It comes forward to take over this company and then revive this company and pay off all the liabilities. Now the resolution plan approved by everyone, and now it is going into implementation. Now the control of this company, the control of the company transferred to ABC Limited. In this ABC Limited also, particularly one promoter, he was the main one who pushed for this particular takeover. Now what happens is that after this, some investigation is carried out. Because of that investigation, it is revealed that such a transaction, like this particular transaction, these wrong transactions, out of this undervalued transaction, this transaction has happened. This we got to know after the investigation only. So till now, even the ABC Limited and its promoters, nobody knew about this transaction. So this is the thing that has happened. Now in this point, what they are saying is that when there is a corporate debtor related to which some transaction, some wrong transaction has happened, and the promoters, or we can say the persons in charge, promoter or management or control, a person who is a promoter or who is in the management or who is in the control of a corporate debtor related to which some transaction, some wrong transaction has happened, and some order has been passed by NCLT, then such a promoter will not be what we can say, will not be eligible to present the resolution plan. So a company where wrong transaction has happened, and if you are in the management, you are in the control, or you are a promoter, then you will not be eligible to present a resolution plan. Now this company is a corporate debtor. Some wrong transaction has happened. Now who's in the control of the company? ABC Limited. Now whether ABC Limited will be ineligible to present any other resolution plan. So suppose we are having another company like D Limited. We are having that company also going into bankruptcy. Now we are having an invitation for resolution applicant here also. They are inviting the resolution applicants. Now whether ABC Limited can go and present the plan. That is the question here. Why they are asking this question is that according to this particular clause, when you see a company corporate debtor where wrong transaction has happened, the person in charge, management or control or promoter, they are not eligible. So when you see according to this clause, ABC Limited is not eligible. But when you see the proviso, the provided that paragraph below this, they have given that when we are having one company, they have taken over the corporate debtor and they have taken over by a resolution plan, and that resolution plan has been approved by the NCLT, or they have acquired this company, they have taken over this company by any scheme. That scheme was approved by RBI, or that scheme was approved by a court, or that scheme was approved by a financial sector regulator, like that. That scheme was approved by these people, or the resolution plan was approved by NCLT. According to this plan, if the ABC Limited has taken over the corporate debtor, and before the takeover, you have to note this point, before the takeover, some wrong transaction has happened, then ABC Limited is not punished. ABC Limited is proper only. ABC Limited is eligible. That is what they are saying. So normally when you are in control of a corporate debtor where wrong transaction has happened, you are not eligible. But you have taken over the corporate debtor based on a plan or scheme approved by these authorities. Then before takeover, such wrong transaction has happened, and you did not do such wrong transaction. You are not even related to those wrong transaction. Then you are not disqualified. Like you are eligible. That is what they're saying. I hope you understood this. We need not go even more deep into this because this itself is a little bit deep only. I'm explaining it so that you will understand this point. This is the last complex point we are having in this chapter. Now we can see the remaining points. Then here we are having one more point. I will give you another example. We are having a corporate debtor. It has got a loan from a bank we can take. Now, for this bank, someone is given surety for this particular loan obtained by the corporate debtor. So the surety has given a guarantee. Now this corporate debtor is unable to pay. This corporate debtor went into CARP process, and in the CARP process, the company has went into the CARP process. Now the bank is enforcing the security. That is, the bank is asking the surety to pay the amount. Asking the surety to pay the amount, but this surety did not pay. For example, the bank asked you to pay 10 lakh rupees. The amount of loan plus interest, everything comes to 10 lakh rupees. The bank asks the surety to pay 10 lakh rupees, but the surety has not even paid a single rupee. Then this surety, he is not eligible to present a resolution plan because he is already a defaulter. He is already unable to pay the 10 lakh rupees itself. Then how he will present a resolution plan and how he will revive a sick company? That is not possible. So this person is disqualified. Or else the bank asked 10 lakh rupees. The surety paid only 7 lakh rupees. Remaining 3 lakh is unpaid. Then in that case also, surety is disqualified. He is unable to pay the entire amount of guarantee asked by the bank. So in that case, the surety is disqualified. So that is the point given here. Next, if subject to any disability under any law in a jurisdiction, like according to law, he will not be able to do this. So that and all is given. Then has a connected person not eligible under these clause. Not only you, any connected person of you. You are having some connected person. Those connected persons are not eligible under these points. Then also you are also not eligible. You are proper only, but the connected persons are not eligible. Then the main person, he will also be not eligible. Now that's all about these points. I don't want to go into much detail. Then they have given some proviso, that and all you can read by yourself. These are not that much relevant. They have given the definition of financial entity, that related party point we already saw, that and all they have given. Now the next point is resolution plan. So these points we saw. These are all the points. If you are covered under these points, you are not eligible to present a resolution plan. Now what is a resolution plan? A resolution plan is a plan which is if implemented, that plan will lead to the company being a going concern. That company will be taken over and that company will be run by the resolution applicant. So for the insolvency resolution, as a going concern, we are going to run the company. For that, we are preparing a plan. The liabilities will be paid off. After that, the person will take over the company and he will run the company from thereafter. So that is the meaning of resolution plan we already saw. For the approving the resolution plan, we need 66% vote in the committee of creditors. So this you can note it somewhere. They have given here. It has to be approved by the committee of creditors by 66% vote. Then a resolution applicant can submit a resolution plan along with an affidavit that he is eligible. So under these criteria, I am not falling under these points, I am eligible. Like that, you have to give an affidavit also. Then submission plan. If you're submitting the resolution plan, if the resolution plan gets approved, then the moratorium period will stop. After that, the resolution plan will be implemented. If the resolution plan is rejected, then what will happen? NCLT will pass a liquidation order. After that, liquidator will be appointed, liquidation trust will be formed, then consolidation and valuation of claims. All the creditors who are having claims against the company, they will give their claims, it will be valued, and then the assets will be distributed. So that is the thing that will happen when the resolution plan is rejected, either by the committee of creditors or by the NCLT. Then resolution plan. In the resolution plan, what are all the points that should be mandatorily present? What we can say, mandatory points. Mandatory points in a resolution plan. If these points are not there in the resolution plan, then it will not be approved. The first point, when you see, it provides the manner for the payment of insolvency resolution process cost, like the fees to the IRP or the RP, everything should be paid under the resolution plan. Then provides for the payment of operational creditors. So you have to pay to the operational creditor also. And this also you should see. If liquidation happens, for example, a CERP is going on, and if liquidation happens, the operational creditor will get 3 crore. Then the resolution plan you are seeing, right? That resolution plan also, minimum it should give 3 crore to the operational creditor. So then only that resolution plan will be approved. Under liquidation itself, the operational creditor will get 3 crore. As per the priority of distribution of assets, the operational creditor will get 3 crore. Then under resolution plan also, the minimum amount should be 3 crore that you are giving to the operational creditor. So that is what they are saying in this particular point. Now the next point, when you see, it provides for the management after the approval of the resolution plan. After takeover, how the company will be managed, who will be the in charge, who all will be the board of directors, like that. After the implementation of resolution plan, who will conduct the management of the corporate debtor, that also is given under the plan. Then implementation and supervision of the resolution plan does not contravene any provisions of the law. It should not be illegal. If the plan is illegal, then it is not approved. Then such other requirements should be fulfilled. So these are all the mandatory points that should be there in a resolution plan, that should be checked by the resolution professional. The resolution professional should check that these points are present properly. Then seeking approval of COC, 66% of voting share of financial creditors should approve the particular resolution plan. Only then it will be successful and it will be going to the NCLT. Then if the resolution applicant is ineligible, under any points we saw above, under these points, if the person is ineligible, then that plan should not be approved by the committee. Then when you see, they may require the resolution professional to invite a fresh resolution plan. If they received only one plan, and in that one plan also the resolution applicant is ineligible, then what will happen? The committee of creditors will give to the resolution professional some other invitation. Like again, you have to invite some people for resolution applicant. Like that, they will try another time to get any resolution applicant. Then we are having one resolution applicant, and then that resolution applicant is presenting a plan. But what problem is that this person has a NPA account, more than 1 year lapse. So in that case, he is ineligible. Now the committee of creditors can give time to the resolution applicant to make payment and then settle the NPA account. After that, he will become eligible, then he can present the plan. So they will give time to make payment or settle the NPA. The time will be maximum 30 days. They can provide 30 days to settle the NPA, and then he can come and present the plan. Then the CERP process shall be completed within the period specified. Okay. So that now they have given. Now the next point, when you see, the resolution applicant who has given the plan, that person can also attend the meeting. He will not have the right to vote and all. Just he can attend the meeting where the resolution plan is discussed. The meeting of the committee of the creditors where the resolution plan is discussed, the resolution applicant can attend. He will not have a right to vote. Then the committee of creditors will evaluate the plan. They will record the deliberations, what all the discussions that happened. They will record it in the minutes of the meeting. Then they will vote on the plans. Vote on all such plans simultaneously. At the same time, for all the plans, they will give the vote. Then the plan which receives the highest vote will be selected. So if you are giving 3 plans, plan 1, 2, 3. For example, plan 1 gets 75% vote, plan 2 gets 60% vote, plan 3 gets some 70% vote. Then the highest percentage, plan 1 will be selected. But here when you see, we saw that plan 1 will be selected in the previous scenario. That is okay. But we can see another example. First plan got 60%, second plan got 50%, third plan got 47%. Now here the highest percentage that is for plan 1 only, but we cannot select plan 1 because minimum we want 66% to pass the resolution plan. To select the resolution plan, we want minimum 66% voting share in favor. Only then we can select the plan. So even the highest plan that does not meet the minimum requirement, then that will not be selected. That point only they have given here. Then if two or more plans receive equal votes, if two or more plans receive equal vote, then they will do the tiebreaker formula that will be announced before the voting. Based on that formula, they will break the tie. Then, if none of the plans receives the required votes, they shall again vote on the plan that received the highest vote. So here when you see, none of the plan, not even a single plan got 66% vote. Now what they will do is that they will take this highest plan, plan 1 alone, and they will reconduct the voting. They will reconduct the voting and see if it gets the 66% majority. So those points they have given here. Next, the resolution plan will be submitted to the NCLT after the committee of creditors approval. Then, if the NCLT considers that this plan has been good and it is a very good plan, they have provided for all the requirements, it is properly arranged, everything is proper in the plan, then the NCLT will approve the resolution plan. Then the plan will be binding on the corporate debtor and its employees, member, creditor, guarantor, other stakeholders, central government, state government, local authority. All the people should mandatorily follow the plan. There is no other go after the approval of NCLT. Now the next thing, rejection of the resolution plan. If NCLT rejects the plan, then we already saw what will happen. If the NCLT considers that the plan is not proper, then NCLT will reject the plan. If it considers that the plan does not conform to the above requirement, it is not fulfilling the requirement, then it will be rejected. After the order of approval, if the resolution plan is approved, then what will happen? The moratorium period will stop. Then the resolution professional will forward all the records, all the documents they are having leading to the CRP, that they will transfer to the database. After that, from the date of approval, within 1 year, the resolution applicant should get all the necessary approval from other local authority or central government, state government that are needed to implement the resolution plan. That should be obtained by the resolution applicant within 1 year from the date of approval of the resolution plan. Then, if required, they have to get the Competition Commission approval also. If it is an amalgamation of two or more companies, if such things are there in the resolution plan, then they have to get the approval of the Competition Commission also. Competition Commission. So that they have given. Now this is liability for previous offence that I will tell you. The next point when you see appeal against the approval of resolution plan. The resolution plan got approved by the NCLT also, but now you have a problem with the resolution plan. You think that the resolution plan is not proper. Where you can go for appeal? That they are given here. So against the NCLT you can go for an appeal on the following grounds. What are all the reasons for which you can file the appeal? It is in contravention of any law. The plan is against any law. It is illegal. Then you can go for the appeal. Then there is a material irregularity in the exercise of powers by the resolution professional. The resolution professional, he did not work properly. There is a material problem in the work of the resolution professional. Then for operational creditor, you did not even make any arrangement for payment of debt to the operational creditor. That provision itself is not there in the resolution plan. Then insolvency resolution process cost not provided. The cost for conducting the process that you have not provided in the resolution plan. Then it does not comply with any other criteria specified by board. Some criteria specified by the board, Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India, and it is not followed by the plan. Then also you can go for an appeal. So if resolution plan, nobody submitted the resolution plan. So we have given an invitation, but the number of plans received is 0. You did not get any resolution plan. Then what will happen? It will go to the liquidation. The company will go to liquidation. So here they have given one tabular column which will be related to some forms. They are having forms like CARP 1 to CARP 6. They are having the forms, and CARP 7 form they are having. The filing timelines they have given in the tabular column form that you can see it by yourself. Now the next thing is liquidation process. First we tried to get the resolution plan, do resolution plan, but it is not possible. Now it went into liquidation. Now we have to do the liquidation, distribution of assets and settlement of liabilities. Now liquidation process will be started. When it will be started? When NCLT does not receive any resolution plan. No resolution plan they got. Then also it will become liquidation. Then NCLT rejects the resolution plan. Then also the company will go into liquidation. Then intimation of decision of committee of creditors to liquidate to adjudicating authority. The committee of creditors they have passed a resolution to do liquidation. Then they will make that resolution, they will pass that and they will send it to NCLT. Then the company will go into liquidation. For passing this resolution, how much voting share is required? 66%. So this also you can note it somewhere. 66% voting share is required to liquidate the company. Only then you can send the resolution to the NCLT for liquidating the company. Then you approve the resolution plan, everything going properly only. But the corporate debtor violated the plan. Like he did not follow the plan properly. He contravened the plan. The plan is binding on the corporate debtor, but he did not follow the plan properly. Then also the company will go into liquidation. So once the liquidation order is passed, we cannot start any case on the company. We cannot start any case on the company, or the company also cannot start any case on any other person. Any other person cannot start a case on the company, or the company also cannot start any case on any other person. So like this, we cannot start any case relating to the company, court case. Proceedings, we cannot start it. That point they have given. Then the next point is when a liquidation order is passed, it will be considered as an order of discharge, notice of discharge for all the officers, employees and workmen. That's all about their job. They cannot continue the job in the company. The company is going to get liquidated and they will be discharged. They cannot continue the work in the company. Now, we saw that without getting any resolution plan, then the company will go into liquidation. Then the committee of creditors, they itself make a resolution to liquidate the company. Then also the company will go into liquidation. Then if the committee of creditors did not approve any resolution plan, if NCLT rejects the resolution plan, the corporate debtor violates the resolution plan, then also the company will go into liquidation. Once the liquidation order is passed, the moratorium period will be imposed. Again, we cannot start any case, that period will be imposed, and then all the pending legal proceedings, all the assets will be vested in the liquidation estate. Like all the pending legal proceedings will stop and then the assets of the company will go into the liquidation estate. The liquidation trust will be formed and after that it will be distributed. The assets will be distributed. The moratorium is for the legal proceedings and then the assets will go to the liquidation estate. So that's all about this particular point of liquidation process. Now we have completed everything, but we left some points like all these case laws we did not see. Now we have to see all these case laws one by one. I will just tell you what is the gist of the case law. And many points also, some points I did not tell you that we are going to see now. Till now we have completed the IBC in the form of a flow. Like in this flow chart form itself, we have completed the IBC. Here this flow chart when you see, first the default will happen, then we will file an application with the NCLT, then IRP will be appointed, then he will form the committee of creditors, then permanent RP will be appointed, then information memorandum, invitation of resolution plan, then submission of resolution plan, then it will be voted by COC, then it will go to NCLT, then if the resolution plan that did not get approved, then the company will go into liquidation. So based on this flow we saw, I did not include a lot of provisos or unnecessary points that now I did not include, but now I will just tell you some of the points which I skipped. So here when you see financial creditor, we just saw that a financial creditor, a person who has given loan in money, they can go and make the application. Here we are also having two other types of financial creditors. So here if you see, provided that for the financial creditors referred to in clause A and B of subsection 6A of section 21, the application shall be filed jointly by not less than 100 of such creditors in same class or not less than 10% of the total number of such creditors in the same class, whichever is less. We saw that a class of creditors where we are having a lot of creditors like securities or debenture holders, like 1 lakh debenture holders we are having, we will appoint an authorized representative. All these 1 lakh debenture holders will be in the same class. Now, this authorized representative will exercise the voting share, everything in the committee of creditors that we saw. Now, if these people want to make an application, minimum how much people can make an application? If they want to start the CARP, should the entire 1 lakh people make application, only then we will start the CARP, or minimum how much debenture holders should make an application so that we can start the CARP? So for that they have given here, not less than 100 or not less than 10% of the total number, whichever is less. So 100 such creditors, that is 100 debenture holders, or 10% of the total number. Out of this, whichever is less. So that will be the minimum number of members who can make an application, so that CIRP we can start against the company. Now here when you see financial creditors who are allowed to use under a real estate project, we already saw that we are having a real estate project point also. We are having a builder company. It has got money from a lot of home buyers. Why they got that money? As advance for flats. Now, this builder company, it is not properly giving the homes. It is delaying the homes, or it has not even constructed. It has swindled the funds. They have not utilized the funds properly. They have done diversion of funds. When you are having these kind of allegations, now the home buyers want to get the money back. Now they will initiate a CARP application. They want to make a CARP application so that they can recover the money, they can sell the assets, and they will get the liquidation amount. Like that, they are trying to start the CARP by doing a CARP application. How much home buyers should come? Like this, we will have 10,000 home buyers. Like that, many people will be there when they are giving advance for flats to a builder company. So, minimum how much home buyers should come forward to make an application so that we can start a CARP. So here also they have given 100 or 10%, whichever is less. The same thing only they have given here. The same limit will be applicable here also. 100 home buyers or 10% of total number, whichever is less. So that I did not tell you earlier. So now I am telling you. Now this when you see, for on behalf of the financial creditor, some other persons also they can file an application. A guardian can file, an executor or administrator of estate of a financial creditor, a trustee, or a person authorized by the board of directors of a company. Like that, these persons they can file an application on behalf of a financial creditor. Not just the financial creditor. These persons who are related to the financial creditor, they can also file the application of CARP on behalf of the financial creditor. So this point we did not see. Now I have told you. Now these case laws we did not see. Now in this case law when you see, we are having one thing, like when you are making application, when you are making CRP application to NCLT, we are having two things. If the application has a defect, it will be you will be given 7 days to rectify the defect. And if the NCLT wants to determine the application, the NCLT has the time of 14 days. Within that, the NCLT has to make an order, whether it admits or rejects the application. Relating to that, an order should be passed by the NCLT within 14 days. If there is a defect, the person should rectify within 7 days from the communication. So like this, we are having this time limit, whether it is strict or whether it is what we can say, like a suggestion, or whether it is directory. Directory means it is like you have to try to do within that particular days. If it is not possible, then okay. Strict means you should complete that process strictly within that days. If not, you will face some penalty or some problem will be there. That is the strict timeline. Whether it is a strict timeline or it is directory. So that is the question. Here, based on these case laws, they have given that it is directory. These time limits are there, 7 days and 14 days, even before admitting the application. This is before the start of CARP. Because of that reason, these two time limits are not strict. These are directory. You have to try to complete within 7 days and 14 days, but if not possible also, some extension can be given. There is no problem in that. These case laws are relating to that point only. That will be have given in the form of the lengthy case law and all. No need to read that entire thing. If you understand this and then go through that once, that will be enough. Okay, here. When NCLT is admitting any application, what they have to check is that they have to check the existence of a debt. Whether really a loan is there in the transaction or not. Whether really a loan is there between the creditor and then the company. That they have to check. Then default. Whether the corporate debtor really did not pay. Whether there is a mistake in the part of corporate debtor. That also NCLT has to check. After that only the NCLT will admit the application. Further they have given one case law where NCLT has noted that we are having an existence of debt and then default is also done. These two things has been admitted by the company itself. The corporate debtor itself admitted these facts. Then based on that the NCLT admitted the application. So that is the thing given in this case law. Now here when you see withdrawal of application, we already saw that after we are getting the committee of creditors under section 12A we can make an application. That proposal will go to committee of creditors if we are getting 90% voting share approval for withdrawal. Then it will go to NCLT, and NCLT may approve or reject. NCLT may allow withdrawal, or NCLT may stop the withdrawal. So like this, we are having a way into section 12A, we can go to the committee of creditors, present a resolution for withdrawal of application. If 90% people agree, then it will go to NCLT. Then if NCLT approves, then the application will be withdrawn. The entire proceedings will be stopped. So that point we saw that they have given here. This constitution of COC. After the constitution of COC, after creating the committee of creditors, you have to give the application of withdrawal to the committee, and then it should be approved by the committee with 90% voting share. Then it will be given to the adjudicating authority, NCLT. Then within 3 days of the approval, after committee of creditors approves it, within 3 days you have to give it to the NCLT. Then NCLT will approve it. Final approval will be NCLT order only. Then here, this also after invitation of expression of interest, that is after the invitation for resolution plan. After invitation of resolution plan, you want to stop the CARP process, then also the same procedure. First you have to get the approval of the committee of creditors. Then the final approval will be given by the NCLT. But after the resolution plan, invitation and all, it is a very later stage. So you have to give the proper reasons why you are requiring withdrawal, why you want withdrawal. That reason you have to say properly in this stage. Then before constitution of COC, before COC is created, till now only IRP is appointed, COC not formed till now. Then what you can do? The person who wants to withdraw, the person who originally applied, and one more point, only the person who originally applied, they are the persons eligible for doing the withdrawal application also. Only if you originally applied, you can file the withdrawal application. You can go to the NCLT directly through the IRP. You can go to the NCLT through the IRP, the applicant, and can withdraw the application. Here also NCLT will give you the final approval before the constitution of committee of creditors. If committee of creditors formed, then you have to get the approval of the committee of creditors also before withdrawing. So here in this case law we saw. Then here when you see here that point like assignment, one person has given a loan. Like yes, one financial creditor has given a loan to the corporate debtor. Now the company went into CARP. Now for example, we can take that another company, another bank came forward to take over the loan. So this financial creditor assigned the loan to the bank. Meaning of assigned is that now the corporate debtor should pay to the new bank. This financial creditor is out of the transaction. Now the payment will be received by the new bank. So that is the meaning of assignment. So this is happening. Now this corporate debtor should pay to the new bank. Now whether this new bank can be there as a part of the committee of creditors, that is the question. So a financial creditor includes assignee. That is, it includes the new bank. Financial creditors includes the assignee, that is based on the definition they have given. So the new bank, they also can be a part of the committee of creditors. There is no problem in that. That is what they are trying to tell in this second case law. Then in the third case law, when you see this home real estate project we saw, right? We are having a builder, and we are having home buyers. They have given the advance amount for flats, that and all we saw, right? These people, when they are making an application, we need minimum 100 home buyers or 10%, whichever is less. Minimum that much people should make the application, and in this application they have to prove one thing. They have to prove default by the corporate debtor. That is the builder company. When they are making the application, they need not prove the default for the home buyers. They need not say that the builder did not deliver the flat properly. That they need not say, but they have to prove any default by the corporate debtor. Like the builder is there, right? The builder would have got loan from various financial institutions or many people. Loans from other financial creditors. The home buyers have to prove that the builder has made a default on the loans obtained from the other financial creditors. If they establish this, then the CARP can be started. There is no problem. The home buyers, they have to establish that the builder has done a default in the loans obtained from other financial creditors. So that is what they have given here. They have to establish a default in regard to a financial creditor, and it is not necessary that there must be a default quo of any applicants. That means that in the capacity of any applicants, the builder need not have made any default to the home buyers. Even if he has not made any default to the home buyers can make an application, and if they prove that there is a default for the other financial creditor loans, then also the application is valid. It is not necessary that the default must be made regarding to the home buyers. There can be default regarding to the other financial creditor also. If that is proved also, then we can start the application. There is no problem. Now, another point. When you see here, whatever the application made by the corporate debtor or the financial creditor or the operational creditor for starting the CARP process, it can be withdrawn after the committee of creditors is formed with the 90% voting share of the committee of creditors. There is no problem in withdrawing if 90% vote is got. After that, you have to go to the NCLT. You have to get their approval, then you can withdraw the application. So after committee of creditors, this is the same procedure for all the three applications. Whether the application is made by financial creditor or operational creditor or corporate debtor, the procedure is same. Before formation of committee of creditor, you have to go to NCLT and do the withdrawal. Have to file the appropriate form through the IRP. So that only they have given in the form of a case law. Approval of 90% of voting shares is required. Now when you see, so here, this is one more example we can see. Here, moratorium period is declared against the corporate debtor. Within 1 month, the corporate debtor disposed of the property. When you see the moratorium period, any transferring the property, everything is not allowed. So transferring the assets of the corporate debtor, it is not allowed. But within 1 month of moratorium period, the corporate debtor disposed of the property. That is not valid, they are saying. But we are having one specific regulation. That regulation they have given the reference here only. It is not given anywhere in the rest of the chapter. Under this regulation, what they are saying is that the resolution professional can dispose the property other than in the ordinary course of business. But up to some limit only they can do. The resolution professional can dispose the assets other than in ordinary course of business. The limit is 10% of the total claims admitted. Total claims given by the creditors is their right. In that claims, up to 10%, you can take the amount, that will be the limit. You can dispose the assets up to that particular limit. That assets also should be unencumbered. Meaning that there is no charge on those properties. It is not already mortgaged to anyone. It is not already hypothecated to anyone. It is not already pledged to anyone. So it is unencumbered. It is a what we can say free asset. There is no charge on the asset. Then that kind of asset you can dispose other than in ordinary course of business. Other than in the ordinary course of business. It need not be in the ordinary course of business. Other than ordinary course of business also you can sell it up to 10% of the total claims admitted. So that example they have given here. So here the financial creditor or whatever the creditor, they have to submit the claim along with the proof to the IRP. So for that, for the financial creditor, he will submit in form C. Operational creditor will submit in form B. Workmen and employees, they will submit in form D. So the details are given in respective regulation. That chart they have given. So other things we saw properly. There is no point skipped after this. So we have covered everything. That's all about the IBC. We have completed each and every point. So that's why it took a lot of time. Originally it was planned for maximum 2 hours only, but it took this much time because I have covered each and every point, and some provisions and all I covered in detail. So that's why it took some time. I took examples so that you will understand it better. So if you understand in this particular format, you will not forget the IBC. Here the main thing is that the management of the company is not proper. Because of that, the corporate debtor is not able to repay the debt. Now we are transferring the management to the committee of creditors. They are trying to either revive the company using the resolution plan, or they are trying to liquidate the company. So this is the thing that is happening. Inside this only we are having a lot of procedures, IRP, committee of creditors, we are having a lot of points, meetings, quorum, all the points we are having. So that is the entire procedure for IBC under IBC 2016. So you can share this video to your friends, like this video, comment your thoughts, whether it was useful or not, what additional points that you want to say, and what is the next topic for which you want the video. So those things you can comment so that I will see that and I can make the next videos accordingly. So that's all about this IBC. All the best for your preparation. All the best. Thank you.